Is Higurashi Saturday night a thing? Can I just claim it as that? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. It's going to be. Honestly, if I had to say Umineko Saturday and Umineko Tuesday, just have more roll off the tongue a bit more, in my opinion. But we'll come to learn. We'll come to love saying Higurashi Saturday and Tuesday. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. We have quite a couple things. I also went ahead and from last stream fixed the presentation on my end. So chat is back where it's supposed to be. I got chat right in front of my old man eyes. We have no problem there. We have no problem. I need to click this. There we go. All right, mind your ears as I hit this. We'll have a little to discuss here in the game, or as we load up the game, I guess I should say. There it is. There it is. Should I rewatch this? Probably not. Oh, that brings back to something I will talk about. So yeah, welcome to the stream. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday night. Hope you're doing great. It's time for our second stream with Higurashi. So a while back, the first part of Higurashi came out, uploaded on the YouTube archive, so it's there. Obviously, this is the stream. I will, for one time, say, because I hate not. I mean, I think it makes common sense. But if you're a VOD watcher, of Higurashi or from Umineko last year, and you're like, man, you know what would be a fun time watching the live recordings / streaming of it? You can. It's on Twitch. Once we settle into the schedule, it'll be probably most likely, at least for the top of the game here, Saturday nights and Tuesday nights. That's the plan. I'm waiting to see about this upcoming Tuesday night. I honestly would love to, but we'll see. I don't know how long it's going to settle, but eventually this schedule is definitely going to be Tuesdays and Saturdays again, probably for Higurashi. But you can bet your bottom dollar Saturday night is happening, like tonight. So if you're a VOD watcher on YouTube and you want to migrate over to watch a live experience at some point, go ahead. You're welcome. You can be a lurker. I actually appreciate lurkers. You know what? I like lurkers more than the active chatters. I'll say it. As someone who myself is, if I'm ever watching a stream, which isn't much at this point, but like, I don't chat. I always just lurk, you know? So no pressure if you just want to lurk. Yes. So a couple things. So I went on tangent there, but the first part went out, and during the stream, I'd solicited questions and advice. And I'm actually bringing it up on my phone so I don't forget exactly. It's going to take some time for me to find it. Or to load up, I should say. All right, so a couple things I was asking about was the music. The music is actually a good first starting off point. So a kind, helpful soul. It's not going to be in this, is it? Whatever. Not in this menu. Well, actually, there we go, mod menu. Forgot that was there. I talked about, like, what is the difference between this and this? And I think I just was like, well, without much info, I'll just settle on new manga gamer background music sound effects. They explained in the YouTube comment. They explained what this is, what it is, the difference. And then I was like, stop being lazy. And I was like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Let me also find some more information and reread the mod FAQ. And then it made sense to me. So I was like, cool. So I made the switch to this. So first part, we went with this. So if you notice that, I don't know if you're going to notice any difference, but we're now going to be using this. All right. Second thing, and this is not a call out. This is we're all friendly friends. All right. This isn't a call out, even if it might potentially be misconstrued as it. Someone in the YouTube comments said something along the lines of like, I don't have it in front of me now, but it was like, please consider using the Higurashi or the original sprites, the Ryukishi OG sprites. Um, and I know it's probably just a polite way of saying like, "Hey, I think you should use this kind of thing," or I would like it the experience more if you use that art." But the saying like, "Please consider," is funny to me because like, dude, I consider a million things every time before starting a game, especially because I played Umineko beforehand and had the option. I understand. Here's my thinking. Again, this is not a call out or anything. I understand people. I've got friends, close friends, that really appreciate and enjoy, and I think would rather play Higurashi Nui Neko with the OG sprites. I don't know if it's fair to call them OG sprites, but whatever. The OG sprites. Uh, I appreciate them. I appreciate the sprites. I appreciate the art, and I understand the reason why someone would choose those sprites. So, but like when they say, "Oh, you should consider using them," I did consider, and I'm not going to do them. I was telling them I was like, I can't. I don't think, especially with all I did with Umineko, and then all I've done here, I don't think I was telling them I don't think I can use I don't think I can read and stare at those sprites and the background art like that for triple digit hours. And I maybe that makes me a weak person, you know? Maybe that makes me weak. Maybe it's the problem is with me. But I just massively prefer the console sprites. So apologies. I just can't do it. I can't do the backgrounds. I can't do the sprites. I get the reasoning. Trust me, I very much get the reasoning for the sprites and everything. It's just not for me. I'm a weak-willed person. Also good to see you guys here. How exciting. So yeah, we get that's the music. That's the music side. Graphic side. Sorry. Like I said, I'm just going to stick with what I was using first part. If that's not to your liking, if you're watching like on the VOD shit, you can kindly exit the series. It's fine. I won't be too upset. I appreciate it, but I've considered it, and I'm just deciding no. And then the other thing that I was some helpful advice was someone said that they do recommend not or they recommend skipping the intro cutscene, the intro movie things, the intro for the beginning of each chapter or whatever. And I commented back and I was like, that's going to be very hard for me to do because me just not seeing that stuff. Because I was convinced that like, oh, it's not going to be spoiler if you don't have any context. So I'm still 50-50 on if I'm gonna do that because I don't want to be spoiled, but also I don't want to miss those. I love those things. So they said I think specifically they said there's some chapters later on that literally spoil like the what would you call it, the big plot twist of that chapter. And I'm like, well, why would they do that then? Why must they do that? To me specifically. So yeah, that's I think everything that was said or needed to be discussed before jumping in. That's what I'm saying. I'm so close to like tempt fate still. I'm like I think sorry, I was looking at things. Okay. I'm clicking buttons. So yeah. Chat's over where it should be. I've got the game over where it should be. I fixed everything on that end. Presentation on my end wise. We're not using the shitty art. That's a joke. That's a joke. Can't hold it too long or it's gonna be pissing people off. Changing the music. Cicadas are crying. This is night 2 with the game. At some point we're gonna get back into Tuesday and Saturday nights. Maybe this week. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's all I had. So let's hit continue. End of chapter 2. I was calling them chapters. I don't think chapters is right. Oh, do we want to get back into the Gregorian chants? Just to set the mood? Oh! Wait, it's not the Gregorian chants anymore because of the change in music. Oh. Oh no, just to feel something. Wait, no, that I didn't mean to click that. Stop. Back. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm already breaking things. I was expecting the Gregorian chants, and if I don't hear them... There we go. Gong. Wait, so this is our first taste? Damn, dude. I don't even get... Controversial take maybe, but I kind of like the chanting. It's kind of sound than this. Damn. I'll learn to accept it, but I was caught so off guard. Damn. All right, well, everyone say goodbye to the Gregorian chants. I'm actually heartbroken. Like, what the hell? I wasn't expecting to lose those. Oh, what if the music is completely changed from the first part? So there's a chance maybe that the music from the first episode that we did, the first stream, is just now completely different than what we're going to do now, from now on. But I guess it's for the best. Alright, where were we? Let me adjust audio on my end. Okay. Oh yeah, the fucking Colonel Sanders. I might have to, every time we go back to that screen, like every time we go back to the little extras thing, or tips or whatever they call it, just reload the old music. Just for that part. And I forgot about the Colonel Sanders. Okay, so what happened last stream? Let's try to recall everything that happened. It was really just a meeting of all the characters. They had that picnic moment. We saw all the different characteristics of the main cast seemingly put on full display. They're in the school. He lives in a mansion, but it's not really a mansion. It's kind of like his dad works there, so he needs a lot of space for like the whatever warehousey, whatever kind of thing situation he's got. There was the weird guy in the rocks with like the tank top, I think, and he was like said some weird things, and then he was like, well, bye, I'm out of here before you think I'm too weird. And then there was the beginning opening thing, that was a thing, and there was that like set the mood, and then immediately pivoted away from that. I said Mion was my favorite character. I was claiming Mion was my favorite. That was pretty much it. I mean, they what's her face? I'm so bad with character names, especially this early on. But the girl that is constantly overcome with cuteness, she found a Colonel Sanders something or another in the trash. I forget, it was a figurine, a bucket, a novelty chicken bucket, a cup, novelty cup. I don't know what it was. It was something. Maybe a figurine. I'm thinking a Pez dispenser. Something like that. And then she's like, I want this. And then our main character guy was like, yeah, sure. And that was it. We got little blips and blobs about the situation that happened at that location of the construction or something. God, I sound like I don't remember anything. I mean, it was a week ago. I should also say if you're not if you're a VOD watcher and you're like, what is this guy? Who is this guy? And you're like, you didn't watch the Umineko stream. Well, I try to recap basically the things I can remember at the top of my head, what happened in the last stream. So that's basically that. Colonel Sanders, yeah. All right. So Mion says a Colonel Sanders. Of course, that's right up her alley. Kichi. I understand her wanting to take home Satoko. Oh yeah, Satoko, not Sakataro. That was a bad problem I had last stream. I'm gonna try very hard not to say Sakataro from Umineko. Satoko and Rika. So Satoko, Rika, Kichi, Mino, Tank Top Dude, Colonel Sanders is our cast of characters. The fried chicken master himself. But I can't understand the Colonel Sanders. What's so good about that four-eyed geezer? Probably better to hear from Rina, don't you think? Should probably just say because it's just so cute, though. Does Rina often go to the construction site to hunt for treasure? Every now and then she says she's gonna have a look. But a girl her age rummaging around in garbage is, well... If Rina enjoys it, then I think it's fine. What were they doing over there? Dam construction? It had been bugging me since yesterday, like an itch I couldn't scratch. It was cancelled a long time ago. Everyone gathered together and fought against it. Hearing an ominous word like fought come from Rika-chan's mouth startled me. Yeah, fuck construction. That's right. It was unbelievable. They said Hinamizawa would be sunk into the reservoir and we had no say in the matter. So, I'm only able to be here because the protest succeeded. I'm sorry. I didn't keep you, did I? My deepest apologies, Kechi-san. It took me a while to powder my nose. Satoko. Wait to use the can until you really have to go. I don't like this. It's a lot easier since it shoots right out. I don't like talking about bathroom like that. Eek. How dare you speak that way to a maiden of unparalleled beauty such as myself? Who was she calling a maiden? If Satoko really was a maiden, she wouldn't have reacted like that. The usual hijinks ensued. Those usual hijinks. Now then. Gentlemen, in accordance with the rules of our society, I bring a point to discussion. I assumed he just meant like, oh, a maiden would just not talk or not react at all, which is weird. I don't think Kechi knows anything. I mean, Kechi knows nothing. I don't believe Kechi's that smart of a character. I don't think he's so smart. He's a dumb man. Okay. Now then, gentlemen, oh, I already read that. He, Kechi Maibara-kun, wishes to be included as a member in our activities. What say you? Rina has no objection. Rina in the third person. Ha ha ha! I wonder if the likes of this peasant is up to the task. I forgot. So we got the character. She's the everything is adorable, and I wanna kill the cute things. That's basically how she acts. I talked about like the cute aggression or whatever it's called. She's the troll. She's the I'm so young, sweet, and innocent, but I don't even try to be. I just am. Kechi is the honestly the dumb narrator. Honestly, probably a little more dumb than Battler, which might be saying anything, but he's younger than Battler, you know, I think in theory. So maybe it's just youth. Youth is pretty dumb. And then we have Mino, like an old soul. The three that Mion had queried voiced their approval. Did I say Mino? Mion? Mino? Minnow. Like a minnow fish. A unanimous decision. Congratulations, Kechi Maibara-kun. It's gonna take me a solid like 5 streams until I nail all the character names, so. It's just the way it is. I present you the honor of being allowed to take the entrance exam for our club. Start from the beginning. I didn't say I would join. What club is this? What our club does, you see, in order to cope with our complicated society, we perform various activities under different sets of rules. Sometimes they're in your favor. And sometimes they work out against you. I'm pretty weak, so I'd prefer if you didn't single me out. Let's try to get along. Oh yeah, we can try this. Watch. Okay, so we can do the... Oh, there is just, there's, just a button I can press. I know. Let me see. Quick save, voice matching, effect level, mod menu. There's a toggle... Oh, it's P. Alright, so if I go... Like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Also, I don't even like the remake that much. It's a little... Alright. I'm pretty weak. Okay, I already got that. You're so naive, Rina. The law of the jungle is survival of the fittest. This was starting to sound a bit sketchy. So what kind of club was it? To sum it up, it's a club where we played games together. Rika-chan was the only one to answer my question with a pertinent response. So basically this club put Mion's hobby of collecting games to use. By playing the various games that Mion had hoarded every day, it seemed that, depending on the day, there were prizes for the winner or a penalty for the person who finished in last place. Oh, penalty game. It's like fucking... We're going Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0. Do dark ritual games. And if you lose, you fucking die. Or get sent to the Shadow Realm. I'm ready for it. Mion says, I'll make this clear right now. We aren't playing house here. You should treat each win or loss as if your life depends on it, alright? See? What did I say, dude? Just gonna have that Egyptian spirit get summoned. King of games. What's wrong with just having fun? Don't make it sound so crazy. The first rule of our society, aim only for first place. Going at it half-assed just because it's a game is not allowed. Rule number 2 of our society. For that reason, you are obligated to make all possible efforts. The way The way Satoko said it, it sounded like she was saying, use any means necessary. Of course, I will do my best too. I'm pretty weak, but I'm trying my best. Now, Rina keeps trying to reinforce that she is too weak and frail to do anything. I'm telling you right now, I think I said it, mentioned it in the first episode. First stream. Rina's gonna be the mastermind killer, right? Whatever the situation is, I don't even know. Rina's killing them all. I knew what they were trying to say. In a game where everybody's aiming for the top, it's rather unsportsmanlike to play just for fun. It's like the most obvious thing ever. She's gonna murder everyone. No one is safe from Rina. Kechi says, alright, then I too will go all out. With that, I was finally ready for the rite of initiation. My baptism into the club. I gotta do a blood oath. A word of warning, Kei-chan. Rina can get pretty nasty. This initiation looks like it's going to be rough. Mion began fishing around in the student lockers in the back of the room. They have the games here at the school? Question mark. Well, it's club equipment, so I guess that's fine. They're gonna take a stack of dollar bills, or money bills, and they're gonna take out a very pointy knife, and then they're gonna put it on top of the hand, and then they're gonna do the shadow game where it's like you have to stab down, gather at least 2 bills, or as many as you want in one quick stab. If you go too far, your hand is gone. Complicated games will put Kei-chan, I don't know, at a disadvantage. I'll figure it out eventually. So today, we'll play a game that you should be familiar with. How about a standard card game, like Old Bachelor? Alright, let's do this. I don't know Old Bachelor. Can't really get into it unless there's a penalty. This time the loser will be sentenced to having their face drawn on. What do you think? Ooh, someone's getting dicks drawn on their face. Oh, it won't be a permanent marker, right? Right? Permanent. She wants to draw on her faces with permanent marker? That is perfect. Satoko cheered the idea on. She didn't even flinch at the thought of such a severe penalty. It seemed like she was raring to go. If it's going to be like this, then I can't lose either. Oh, hello. Then I'll just cut the deck and start dealing. Old Bachelor is pretty much the same as Old Maid. There's only one difference. There's no Joker. In its place, one card is pulled out at the start. Meaning, there will be one card without a match left over at the end. Meaning there will be one card without a match. Right. You don't know which card will end up being the Joker. It's a pretty thrilling game. Oh, listen to this funky... I'm gonna assume it's gonna be the new music we changed to. Let's make me dance in my chair. Alright, I'll take out the card now. Mion took one card and left it face down on the table. Everybody stared at the card intently. Well, it'll be pretty obvious in the end game. Anything significant? Dude, all the time. No. It was me just explaining how I'm not going to use the the Rikishi sprites. And then me missing the Gregorian chants. And then, yeah, basically we just got in here. I mean, it's been nowhere. Oh, you saw the comments? But see, when you say that, it makes it sound like I'm like singling out someone. It's a safe space. The YouTube comments on my channel are a safe space. I'm not even calling out. I'm just saying, like, I even said, like, it's my fault. I just can't do them. I'm weak. Well, it'll be pretty obvious in the end game. No way to tell at the start. But the rest of them were very serious. They didn't seem as relaxed as I was. They compared their cards to the one face down, all the while gauging each other's reactions. It was as if they could see what the face down card was. No, it couldn't be. Oh, is it a cheating deck? This deck is pretty worn out. No way. Can everyone tell by the scratches what the card on the table is? Remember the second rule of our society. Ketchi-san must try his hardest to win as well. A number of cards are quite unique. Ketchi-kun should be able to remember them pretty quickly. She said that so matter-of-factly. Suits me fine. It's been now some time since we played Umineko, and then in between like Umineko and this, I played a lot more like Your Turn to Die. And so like part of my brain is thinking like it's gonna shift into like Your Turn to Die, and it's gonna do like I'm gonna do like a mini game based on this. But I know that's not happening. We went all through Umineko to get the fucking choose a piece of cake thing. There's no way they're gonna tell me to play a mini game with the cards right now. If they do, I'll scream. I would scream. Alright, suits me fine. Don't think a little thing like that can be your crutch. I lashed out angrily, but it was rather obvious I was at a disadvantage. After all, they'd gone so far as to memorize the wear and tear for each individual card. This wasn't a simple game of Old Bachelor. If this was a test, then they were playing with the answer sheet in front of them. Bring it! I'll take advantage of your carelessness and beat you at your own game. That baseless confidence would soon be crushed. How about I tell you your hand starting from the right?
3、4、9、Jack、Queen。
3、4、9、Jack、Queen。 By the way, the Bachelor is the Jack of Diamonds. The screaming noises. I can tell what they are even if you switch them around. I am out. I thought I was prepared, but for it to be this brutal, just overwhelming. Demons. You're all demons. Rina isn't a demon, are you? Never mind, this is the exact type of reaction Battler would be having at this moment. Like, I could envision Battler having a card game with these little girls. And then them just fucking schooling him and him being like, making screaming noises. Sorry, Ketchi-kun. This is the 3 of Hearts, isn't it? I'm out. Not even a hint of mercy. Rina, even Rika-chan. These club activities weren't to be trifled with. An alumnus of this club would definitely survive in the cruelest of situations. If our entire class had self-detonating collars strapped to their necks and were dropped into a death match on a deserted island, These guys would probably take to it like a fish to water. I can already picture their joy as they hunt down each of their classmates. Ooh, a rough night of me reading already. It's a lowest point system.
着順がそのままマイナス点。トータルで一番少ない人が優勝。
The order itself dictates the points. Whoever has the lowest point total wins.
では、圭一はビリなので5です。
Since Kechi finished last, he has 5 points. There's already a 5 marked down on my scoreboard.
やっぱりさ、綺麗なトランプでやらないと圭一君に不公平だよ。
I think it's unfair to Kechi-kun if we don't use a new deck.
いいのいいの。ケイちゃんだって男だし。
It's fine, it's fine. Kitchen is a man after all.
これくらいの逆境は跳ね返せるよね。
He can turn the tables even if the odds are stacked against him, right?
貧民風情は逃げ帰って涙で枕を濡らすのがお似合いでございますことよ。
It's fitting for a lowly peasant to scamper home and soak their pillow in tears, don't you think? A petite hand laid itself on top of my head, which was trembling from uncontainable frustration. It was Rika-chan's.
ファイト、おーです。
Keep on fighting, yeah! Thanks to Rika-chan's words of encouragement, I was able to calm down. You need to be calm, especially when you're cornered. That's the power I could muster during this crisis. Think clearly, Kechi Maibara. Take your time and look at the cards carefully. It's just as Rina said, so the cards have their own distinct markings making them stand out. Memorizing them should be pretty simple. Think about what you can do in this situation. Try everything in your power to improve your chances of victory.
うわ、うまいよ圭一君。その調子。
Whoa, great, Kechi-kun, just like that! I covered the uniquely marked cards with my hands or other cards, arranging them in such a way that they couldn't be seen.
角が割れているのは5だったはずです。
The one with the ripped corner should be the 5.
上がりましたです。
And I'm out. I couldn't let any of these precious hints slip by me. All information is a weapon. Then it was my turn. Satoko fanned out her cards for me.
欲しいのは7なんだが。
You see, I want the 7.
これかな。
Is it this one?
さてどうかしら。
I wonder about that.
聞いてみないとわかりませんことよ。
You won't know unless you take it. There was a bit of dismay in her expression, like she doesn't want it taken. That kind of expression. I won't let that momentary lapse slip by me.
見えた。
I know!
これだ。
It's this one! Got it. 7 of spades. A cheer of ooh rang out.
なんですって。
What is this?
7は一番わかりにくいはずですのに。
The 7 should be the hardest one of all to tell apart. It wasn't from memorizing the markings. These slight changes in their expressions as I was selecting a card were enough.
ほら、ケイちゃん隠さない。
Can't hide it from me, Ketchan.
この傷が確かダイヤの2だったよね。
This mark means it's the 2 of diamonds.
あれ
What? She was startled by her own misread. Of course, everyone else was too.
おー、みーちゃんがカード間違えるなんて珍しいね。
Whoa, it's rare that Mishan gets a card wrong.
違う。
No,
ケイちゃん、あんた、まさか。
Kei-chan, could it be you? They told them apart by different marks. That mark was a nail scratch. So, I put a new one on it.
ダイヤ
Oh,
の
he's
2を
so
偽
clever.
装したというですの。
Are you saying he disguised it as the 2 of diamonds?
味な真似をするでございますわ。
Oh, what an impressive show of wit.
圭一、一矢報いましたです。
I guess you could say, Kechi spun the chessboard around. Kechi landed a clean hit. Clap, clap, clap.
やったね、圭一君。
That's great, Kechi-kun.
大前線だよ。だよ。
That was an incredible match, you know. Having defeated the Forerunner, Mion, my brilliant battle left me ecstatic. But by total points, it was already set in stone that Mion would win, and I would finish last. I laughed haughtily. selecting the tone of my voice carefully to get on Mion's nerves.
まあビリは確定だけどさ、最後にミオンから1本取れたから大満足かな。
Well, I'm going to end up the loser, but I'm satisfied with one-upping Mion at the end. That should be the proverbial slap in the face to Mion, who was at the top already in ensured victory.
この回仮にケイちゃんが1着になってもトータルビリが確定するんだけど嫌でしょ？
Even if Ki-chan gets first place this round, he'll still end up last place overall. Don't you hate that?
当たり前だ。
Of course I do.
一騎打ちしようよ。
Let's have a duel.
ワンチャンス。
One chance.
勝てたらケイちゃん1位で私ビリの大逆転。なんてどう？乗るでしょ？
If you win, then we'll swap first and last place. How about it? You up for it? She fell for it. A chance for an upset that wouldn't be possible without goading her into it.
ワンチャンスだと？
One chance, you say?
ルールを説明しろ。
Let me hear the rules. Mion discarded 2 cards from her hand and replaced one with the Joker card that was on the table, then shuffled the resulting hand behind her back.
右手のカードと左手のカード。
The card on my right or the card on my left?
どっちがジョーカーか当てたらケイちゃんの勝ち。
If Ki-chan can guess which hand the Joker's in, then he wins.
今後ろに回した時ジョーカーを抜いたってことはないだろうな。
When you turned around just now, you didn't pull out the Joker, did you?
ケイちゃんが負けたら反対の手のカードも公開するよ。
If you lose, I'll show the card in the other hand.
それなら OK でしょ？
That okay? The other 3 gulped nervously at this unexpected turn of events.
よし、
Alright,
乗ってやる。
you got it. Mion grasped 1 card in each hand and thrust them out at me. First, I need to inspect them closely. The card on the right had no distinguishing marks. Couldn't tell which one it was.
どっちだろう。ケイチくん、慎重にね。
Which one? I wonder. Kechi-kun, be careful.
ああ、もちろんだぜ。逆転の大チャンスだ。
Yeah, of course. This is my chance for a big comeback. Looking closely at the card on the left, I saw a little wear. It wasn't one I hadn't seen before.
あのカードは。
That card is... I didn't let that bit from Satoko slip by me. Mion clucked her tongue. Clucked. Sure. I didn't recognize the mark on the left card from the small number that I'd memorized. I didn't know what the left card was, but I could tell from Satoko's reaction that the card had already appeared during the game. Since it had already appeared before, it meant that it definitely wasn't the Joker.
ケイちゃんは右のカードを疑ってる？
Ki-chan thinks it's the one on the right?
じゃあ右にする？
Will you choose that one then?
右？
Will you? Left card definitely wasn't the Joker. If I could trust that theory, then I should have been able to declare that the card on the right was the Joker. Even without Mion's taunting, the one on the right was the most suspicious. But wasn't it a bit too rash to decide based solely on Satoko's reaction? More carefully. Ah! I remember now. That mark, the left card, no doubt about it. The 7 of clubs.
きっとクローバーの7だね。
It's the 7 of clubs, I see. I've won. The card on the left was the 7 of clubs. So that meant the card on the right was the Joker. And then, just before my hand touched the right card, I froze. I
さすがミオンだよ。
would expect no less from you. There was a wave of murmurs amongst the onlookers at my sudden halt, right before I confirmed the right card was the Joker. Huh?
ケイチさんは何を言ってるのでございましょう。
What could Kechi-san possibly be saying?
だって左
I mean, the left one is...
C です。
Shh.
へえ。
Oh.
ケイちゃんはどうして右がジョーカーじゃないって確信できるの？
What makes you so certain that the right one isn't the Joker, Kei-chan? Mion let loose an unexpected question. Everyone else was baffled.
右のカードが何かは俺にもわからないさ。
I don't know what the card on the right could be.
だが、左のカードがクローバーの7だってことだけはわかる。
but I know that the one on the left is a 7 of clubs.
じゃあ
Then,
残る右のカードがジョーカーなのじゃありませんこと？
doesn't that leave the right one as a joker?
必ず左右どっちかがジョーカーという約束でしょ？
One of them has to be the joker, right?
ああ、
Yeah.
左右のどっちかにジョーカーがあるのは本当だろうな。
One of those is the joker, right?
圭一
Sort
は
of feels
勘が
like-
いいです。
Ketchy has good intuition.
お？
Huh?
リカちゃん、それってどういう？
Rika-chan, what do you mean by...
つまりさ、
So basically,
クローバーの7は
7 of clubs?
さっき俺がサトコのスペードの7と合わせて捨てたカードなんだよ。
I discarded that by making it with by matching it with Satoko's 7 of spades earlier. Everyone's attention snapped to the discard pile at the same time. The truth of the matter couldn't be discerned from that sloppy pile.
つまり
So that means
ミオンは捨て札を1枚拾って左のカードに重ねている。つまり
Mion pocketed one of the discarded cards, then aligned it over the left card, and that means...
そうか、わかった。
I see. I get it.
左のカードをクローバーの7に見せかけているんだね。
This left card is being disguised as a 7 of clubs, right? It was the first time since the start of the match that a shadow ran across Mion's expression, and I didn't let that slip by. Then, with a grand flourish, I declared it loudly.
ジョーカーは左手だ。
The Joker is the left one! It was an intense moment. That 1 second felt like an eternity for everyone there. Breaking that silence, the first one to speak was Mion.
初代部長として私も様々なプレイングを見てきたけど、
Being the first president of this club, I've been witness to a variety of performances.
ケイちゃん、
Ki-chan,
あんたはベストだよ。
yours is the best.
ベストオブザベストオブザベスト。
The best of the best of the best. That was probably the greatest compliment Mion could give. Mion accepted her defeat, dropping the cards from both hands. My comeback victory. Rika-chan placed her hand on my head and began petting it, congratulating me on my victory. How adorable. Huh?
リカちゃんか？
Rika-chan is... Rina and Satoko gaped at us as if they had seen a ghost.
なんだよレナ。別に俺はインチキしてないだろ。先生堂々と。
What is it, Rina? It's not as if I cheated or anything, right? This was fair and square.
リカは慰めるときにしか頭を撫でませんの。
Rika only pets someone on the head to console them. Huh? What's the meaning of... At that moment, Rina let out a small shriek.
ケイチ君、
Ketchi-kun!
こんなことって。
This is how it was...
ケイちゃんならさ、
You know, Ki-chan?
ここまで読んでくれると思ってたよ。
I thought you'd read into it that far. Everyone froze. No, it was just me.
賭けだった。
It was a gamble.
ケイちゃんがおてんばさんの早とちりだったなら、負けてたのは私だった。
If you had just jumped to conclusions like a little brat, then I would have lost. It was the answer everyone was certain about. Mion picked up the card from the losing hand.
ケイちゃんはさ、この負けを誇っていいよ。
Ki-chan, you know, you should take pride in this loss. She turned it around. That was the card that proclaimed the victor of this duel. The card under the 7 of clubs? Unbelievable. It was the 2 of diamonds. It was a setup behind the setup. If I just picked the right one without reading so deeply into it.
部長、園崎ミオンの名において、
I, Mion Sonozaki, is the club president, as the club president.
前原圭一、
Do accept
あんたの我が部への入部を許可する。
Kechi Maibara's membership into our club. As I slumped to my knees, life points drained to 0, dazed, everybody let out a round of applause for the excellent effort I gave despite my defeat. I do love how apparently Rika was like, knew that he fucked up.
これにて決着。
The match is now over.
本日の優勝は私、園崎美音。
Today's
栄えあるビリは前原圭一。
Today's victor is me, Mion Sonozaki, and our exalted loser is Kechi Maibara. Everyone made a commotion, applauding cheerfully. I felt I was bested, but I was so soundly beaten that it unexpectedly felt rather refreshing.
みーちゃんが後ろ手で細工した時、またやるんだって思ってドキドキしちゃった。
When Michan pulled that little trick behind her back, I got excited, thinking she's going to do it again.
圭一さんが正解に触れる直前で止まった時にはかかったって思いましたわ。
When Kechi-san stopped the moment before touching the correct card, I thought he fell for it.
見事に引っかかってくれましたです。
He fell for it quite handily. Huh? Hey, wait. All of them knew from the start and still got so excited so earnestly?
楽しくなるようにみんなで盛り上げましたですよ。
Everyone got excited to make it more fun. You.
お前らみんな鬼だ人手なし
You're all demons. You're monsters!
さて、ケイちゃんに罰ゲームだね。
Now then, Ki-chan, it's time for your penalty. You lose a pinky.
今日は部活の初日だしね。
Since it's your first day participating,
ソフトに行こうかね。
I'll go easy, okay?
いきなり登校拒否になられちゃ困るし。
It'd be a problem if you refused to come to school. The other three members held down my arms and shoulders firmly. Mion approached, licking her lips. I really hope I don't see something. Her right hand went to pull something out of her pocket. That's... Oh, it's the marker thing. I forgot that there was the face drawing. Alright, false alarm. That's a felt tip marker, and it's a giant permanent one.
さて、行くよ。
Okay, here we go. She took the cap off the marker and brought it slowly up to my face while I was immobilized.
いややめろ
No. No! I let out my death throes. Excellent. Little sections in Higurashi go faster than in, like, Umineko, or at least so far. It's like when you're reading an actual book and you look ahead how many pages you got left in, like, a chapter, or, like, you get to the start of a new chapter and then you're like, damn, how many pages is it? And it's like, oh, it's only 8 pages? Oh, I can do that. I can keep going. Easy. As soon as the club activities were finished, Rena flew off. Probably so she could dig out that cute Colonel Sanders that she wasn't able to take home yesterday. Wait, what was that line? As soon as Rena flew off. Oh, I see. Okay, probably she could dig out that. Yeah. That's like what, Colonel Sanders? So today it was just Mion and me walking home together. A rather rare occurrence.
宝の山か。
A mountain of treasure, huh?
捨ててる連中もまさかレナに感謝されてるとは夢にも思わないだろうね。
The guys throwing it away probably never thought in their wildest dreams that Rena would be grateful to them. Mountain of treasure, meaning that damn construction site from before. Oh, right. Mian would probably tell me. That murder by dismemberment that seemed to have happened there.
あそこさダムの工事現場
Over there, you know, at that damn construction site.
なんかあったんだろ
Did something happen there?
昔
Long ago?
そりゃあったよ、戦いが。
Something sure did. A grand battle.
座り込みやったりデモをやったり。
There were sit-ins and demonstrations. It was a bit different from what I wanted to hear, but I decided I'd listen just the same.
自分たちの土地がダム湖に沈むんだもんな
It was our land that was going to be sunk into the dam reservoir.
俺だって戦うだろうな
I would have fought as well, probably.
役人どもは本当に一方的だった。
The government guys were really adamant about it.
偉そうで威張ってた。
acting all big and full of themselves.
金で解決できないと悟ると、あらゆる嫌がらせをしてきたんだよ。
Since they figured out that they couldn't settle it with money, they did a bunch of nasty stuff.
いやらしい奴らだった。
They were nasty guys. Dirty boys. Mion spoke excitedly, as if the whole thing was happening right in front of her.
よく勝てたな。相手は国だろ？
I'm amazed you guys won. You're facing the federal government, right?
村長や村の有力者たちがね、方々に陳情した。
The mayor and prominent figures in the village all signed petitions.
東京にも行ったし、いろんな政治家に根回しもした。
They went to Tokyo and struck deals with legislators.
そうしてるうちに、計画は撤回されたんだよ。
And as a result, the development plan was retracted.
私たちの完全勝利だった。
It was our complete victory. Bah ha 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 ha.
暴力沙汰とかにはならなかったのか？
There wasn't any violence, was there?
傷害事件とか殺人。
Like assaults? Or murders?
なかった。
None? She promptly cut me off, the same as Rina had. Her word signaled the end of discussion. Oh boy. Tomitake-san said one arm wasn't found in the incident. I thought that a murder by dismemberment had occurred, but I guess I was wrong. Who are we gonna believe? Two of my close school friends? Or some random guy in a... at the dump, at the construction site? Just a random man taking photos. Tough decision. My curiosity unsated, I sighed dejectedly inside.
じゃあね。また明日ね。
Later. See you tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. That guy was weird, right? I didn't just imagine how weird that man was, right? Like, he was certifiably weird. Later. See you tomorrow.
ケイちゃんそれ、うちに帰るまで消しちゃダメだからね。
Kei-chan, can't wash that off until you get home. Got it?
わかってるよ。消さねえよ。
I got it. I won't. Mion held back her laughter while stealing glances at my face. I wonder what kind of nasty doodles they drew. I mean, it might be easy for me to say, because who knows, maybe something happened. What happened in the second half of the stream? It was in the second half, did we get the weird guy taking the photos? Or was he still in the first half? I know, I keep saying weird guy. I guess he has a name. He was one of the last things? Okay. Because for some reason, I'm trying to remember, like, what order of things happened. I was like, did the picnic happen before the weird guy with the photos? It's whatever. You could easily catch up if you needed to. Damn you, Mion. You shall rue this day. If our roles are ever reversed, I'm going to go all out. All over your face so you won't be able to take it off, even with a scouring pad. Do 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 do. Upon arriving home, I ran straight into my mom, embarrassing myself yet again. The mood I'd come home to was already on edge. Uh-oh. It's not an uncommon thing in our family. Uh-oh, family problems. Whenever Dad can't come up with a good idea, it always ends up like this. He stomps around the house with his arms crossed. Mom whispered into my ear.
おかえり、ケイチ。お父さん大変そうだからそっとしてあげてね。
Welcome home, Kechi. Dad, he's in a bit of a rut right now, so don't bother him, okay?
またアイデアに詰まったわけ？
This isn't as dramatic as I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be like the dad was like throwing furniture or something, you know? That's the kind of family strife I need. Kechi says he can't come up with a new idea?
今回は締め切りが重なったからね。
Basically. Everything pales in comparison to the family drama of Umineko. It's because the deadlines are so close together this time.
お父さん充電期間がないと大変だから。
Your dad needs time to recharge or he doesn't work as well. Dad's paintings feed our entire family. If he runs out of ideas, then it's the end of the Mayboras. What exactly does the dad do again? Is he just an artist? Does this family single income from a art dad? That's wild if that's the case. Like, I mean, I respect it though. As a non-art person such as myself, I'm just, I can do nothing but respect it. True. We've never gone hungry before. Could it be that my dad is a master painter?
家の中をうろうろしないで表に散歩でも行った方がアイデアが出るんじゃねえの
Wouldn't it be easier to get an idea taking a walk outside rather than wandering around the house?
今回は生活空間がテーマだから
The theme of the piece this time is in the household.
お父さんこの家をモチーフにしたいみたい
So it seems your dad wants to use this house as a motif. That's quite a bothersome motif.
ケイチ、部屋の中を少しは片付けなさい。みっともないぞ。
Gregorian, tidy your room for once in a while. It looks terrible.
ごめん後で片付けるよ
Sorry, I'll clean up later. Ah, come on. Please don't use my room as a motif.
ケイチお夕飯までまだ時間があるから
Kechi, there's still some time before dinner.
表でも散歩してらっしゃい
So please go take a walk out back or something. Dad's moods are only temporary. As soon as he gets an idea, his mood improves and he starts humming. Until then, it wouldn't be a bad idea to just go take a walk so I don't aggravate him further.
じゃあそうするかな
Well, I guess I will then. I said I was going to take a walk, but I didn't have any particular destination in mind. I just needed to kill some time. I got on my bike and pondered where to go. Oh god, he's gonna run into the weird guy again. What's his name? It was just in chat earlier. Oh fuck. As I scroll. Tomatake. If I scroll in chat, then I scroll. If you scroll in chat, you scroll in the game. Okay, so I needed to kill time. I got on my bike and pondered where to go. I could just go read at the bookstore, but it would take about an hour by bike to get to town. It would be dark by the time I got back, so I didn't want to go unless I had to. The roads at night here in Hinamizawa creep me out. If Mion or Satoko ever found out about that, I smiled wryly. Oh yeah, Rina was probably still at the Mountain of Treasure, the dam construction site. I keep wanting to say like the dam construction, like the damn that construction site. The way I keep reading it. The excavation of Colonel Sanders was probably taking her a while. It wouldn't be so bad to have her owe me one.
次の部活の時に恩返ししてもらえるかもしれないしな
She might return the favor next time we have club activities. With a little bit of self-interest in mind, I set off towards the dam construction site. Tomatake-san might be there as well. The only person with information about the incident that both Rina and Mion deny knowing anything about. If I met him again, I'd like to ask for more details. To ask, was there really a dismemberment here in Hinamizawa? Exactly. Just like that. That was my real intention. Nope, we got a wobbly bridge. Those scare me. I spotted Rina struggling up on the slope with a garbage pile. It looked like Colonel Sanders was lodged in there pretty firmly. It didn't look like Rina would be able to excavate him by herself. Realizing that Tomatake-san wasn't around, I began climbing down the slope unsteadily.
Yo, Rena.
Hey, Rina.
精が出ますな
Looks like you're working up a sweat.
ケイチ君
Keiichi-kun.
どうしたのこんなところへ
What brings you to a place like this? A place like this, huh? I see. She was aware of it at least.
事故発生の緊急通報を受け参上しました
I received a signal for emergency assistance at the accident site.
負傷者はどこでありますか
Where's the injured party?
事故って
Huh? Huh? Accident? Huh?
ケンタ君人形がゴミ山に生き埋めになっているとの通報でしたが。
But there was a report Colonel Sanders was buried alive in the trash pile.
なんだ、びっくりした。
Uh-huh. Oh, that. You scared me.
ケイチ君脅かさないでよ。
Don't frighten me like that, Ketchi-kun.
冗談だよ。
I was just kidding.
レナが一人で困ってるだろうなって思ってさ、手
Thought
伝い
you,
に来てやったんだよ。
I thought you might be struggling by yourself, so I came to help you out. Also, my dad is apparently in a tizzy.
レナのために？
You came for me?
は
How? How? Well, I filled my quota for today. If I don't see Rena blush at least once a day, then I'm not getting my daily required nutritional intake.
冗談だよ。
It's a funny way of
こ
putting
っ
it.
ちまで恥ずかしくなるだろ
Just kidding. You're embarrassing me now.
は
So, huh?
冗談ってどこからだろう？どこからだろう？
What part was a joke? What part was it? I just ignored her bewilderment.
う。俺、どいたどいた。
Okay, now move out of the way.
で、どこだよ、ケンタ君は。
So where's Colonel Sanders?
あ、ごめん。
Sorry.
ほら、この隙間から見える？
Can't you see him? In that gap?
こりゃ、本当に生き埋めだな。
He's really buried in there. The Colonel Sanders was sideways, surrounded by boards and other construction materials, like they were caging him inside. According to Rena, it wasn't like this yesterday. Oh, someone tampered with Colonel Sanders. It seems as though another illegal dumper came yesterday, dumped again, and now he's buried like this.
この山を一人でどけるつもりだったのか？
You're trying to move this pile all by yourself?
その細い腕で。
With those scrawny arms? There's no way she would be able to do that with her slender arms.
でも、ケンタ君人形可愛いんだもん。
But Colonel Sanders, so cute.
お店のケンタ君には鎖がついてるけど、これならお持ち帰りできる。
There's a chain on the Colonel Sanders at the store. This one though, I should be able to take this one home. It's just like I again hate to keep making the comparisons or whatever, but Rena's just like Maria in that she's a little girl fixated on Maria, witches, and the occult like stuff. Rena, Colonel Sanders is her fixation. And I respect it. Ha! If Rena gave up on this Colonel Sanders, she'll probably start devising a plan to steal the one in front of the store. As Rena's guardian, I won't allow her to sully her hands with crime.
どいてろよ。俺がやる。
Out of the way. I'll do it. Rena blushed again, but this time I left it alone. The pile was enormous. Also, the more days we wasted, the more likely another illegal dumping would occur. She's trying to steal the 11 herbs and spices. Oh my god. If I got buried any deeper, there'd be nothing that could be done.
ケイチ君、レナも手伝えるよ。手伝わせて。
Keiji-kun, I'll help too. Let me help.
帰って邪魔になるから下がってろって。
You just get in the way, so stay back.
よいしょー。
Pulling out scraps, bending them, tossing them aside. I quickly became covered in sweat and dust. Oh, he's throwing shit. Flying objects drew beautiful arcs across the twilight sky, one after another. Lumber, timber, plywood. Damn it! No matter how much I threw out, there was still more. Even though I could see Colonel Sanders was right there. After grandstanding like that in front of Rena, I felt frantic because of how little I had progressed.
本気でやるなら、斧とかノコギリとかがいるかもしれねえな。
If I was going to do this seriously, I need an axe or saw or something.
もういいよ、ケイチ君。
That's enough, Keiji-kun.
すごい汗だよ。
You're so sweaty.
そんな、 無理しなくてもいいよ。
You don't have to try so hard.
レナのためにやってるだけだ。
I'm just doing it for you, Rina.
気にするな。
Don't worry about it. Rina began sputtering and turned beet red. Ah, whoops. I meant to say I was trying my best so as to keep her from becoming a criminal. Oh well.
さすがに休憩。
I guess I just need a break.
こいつは手強いぜ。
This is pretty tough. I sprawled on my back over the grassy slope.
ごめんね、ごめんね。
I'm so sorry.
すごい汗だく。
You're covered in sweat. Rina patted her handkerchief against my forehead. Felt pretty nice.
あのさ、ちょっとここで休んでてね。
Well, wait here a minute, okay?
私、家近いから。
My house is pretty close.
麦茶とか持ってきてあげるね。
I'll bring you some barley tea, okay? Leaving the handkerchief on my forehead, Rina took off running. Oh, this is where the guy's gonna come in. Oh, you know what? I determined. The guy's gonna come in, and he's gonna have a discussion with him. And then it's like, oh man, we only see the guy, the weird camera guy, when Kechi is alone. And he's gonna be a figment of Kechi's imagination. I figured it out. I don't remember if anyone else saw him in the first stream. I can't recall, but I'm just going to assume that it was just Kechi who saw the man. The cries of the Higurashi gently cooled the air. After I was certain that Rina was gone, I picked myself up and headed towards what I discovered earlier. That was a garbage pile of magazines and newspapers bound up in twine. Unless I'm mistaken, I believe it was around here. There it was. They were bound stacks of not-so-reputable tabloids. They were stacked chronologically, going back quite a few years. It was quite a disturbing incident. They still haven't found one of the arms. It's whenever he's by himself, he starts thinking about dismemberment. If it was just as Toмотaki-san said, then undoubtedly there would be mention of the murder. These were troubled times, or are troubled times. There's no end to these sickening incidents. Sickening? That makes a lot more sense. The sickening incidents. There's a large part of society drawn in by these incidents as well. So it had to be recorded. Somewhere. I unfastened the packages and opened the rain-soaked pages carefully, looking over the table of contents. Not here. Next one. Not here. Next one. It was hard to search since I didn't know when it happened. I didn't know who the perpetrator or the victim was either. I only knew it had happened here. I looked up every so often, checking to see if Rina had come back or not. I wouldn't want her to see me gawking at a dirty magazine, but it wasn't just that. Both Rina and Mion said they didn't know. But it had happened, without a doubt. As long as Toмотaki-san wasn't lying. Then if both Rina and Mion... Ah, yeah, there was. If they had just said that, then I wouldn't have gotten so hung up on it. An incident that neither Rina nor Mion wished to talk about. Trying to uncover it after they tried to conceal it out of good intentions. That made me feel like I was acting against my friends. What the fuck? Oh god. We've gone to the negative world. Hinamizawa dam worker lynching, murder by dismemberment. Here it is. The featured article was in the back, and it seemed like there was a photograph in the colored pages at the front. Pages of the featured article were stuck together and weren't easy to open. Rina could return at any moment. Feeling rushed, I gave up and opened the photograph page. The police investigators were carrying a body bag, and newspaper reporters were all bathing in it in camera flashes. The image was blurry and hard to understand, but I could definitely make out the headlines. A tragic nightmare at the Hinamizawa construction site. Lynching and murder / dismemberment. The victim was a site foreman. He had assaulted his assailants daily with an explosive backlash from his daily actions. It's a horrible image to see the site foreman as... It happened. It really did happen. It seemed the details were on the next page. I turned the page without pausing. On it was... The assailants butchered the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes. Wait, did I skip a line? Then used an axe to split the cadaver into 6 pieces. The head, arms, legs, and torso. I could understand just from the headlines that it was just too terrible an incident. Normally, a lynching is just assault and murder, right? Dismemberment with hatchets and pickaxes? That wasn't a lynching. It was a merciless killing to the letter, a brutal murder. Done by a group of people. With hatchets. With pickaxes. With a hatchet. Sorry. All right, yeah, there's obviously we're establishing the weirdness, right? The weirdness, as you say in chat there, is some guy was like, yeah, some weird ass shit happened and a killing happened at this location. And he's like, Ketchy was like, yeah, that's weird. And then he's like, let me ask the people who've lived here a bit longer about this. And then he asked them, and both the people he's asked are like, I don't know what you're fucking talking about. Let's just drop it. And that's the weird thing. You'd be like, huh? Excuse me? The weirdness is coming. They're responsible for it. There's no other answer. Did I startle you? Did I startle you? Rena dropped the hatchet she was holding into the grass after being startled by my voice. Ketchy-kun, you see, earlier, yeah, you said it would help if you had an axe or something, didn't you? So then I brought a hatchet for you from the shed. Rena fluttered her arms in a panic, continuing to explain and apologize. It seemed I'd been glaring at her pretty intensely.
ごめん。ちょっとオーバーに驚きすぎたかな。
I'm sorry. I guess my reaction was a bit overboard. No, I'm sorry as well. I'm sorry. Night was drawing close. I was pretty worn out, and it wouldn't hurt to do the rest tomorrow.
最後の針はそのナタじゃないと壊せそうにない。
Doesn't look like we can break the last beam without that hatchet.
せっかく持ってきてくれたんだし、明日借りるよ。な。
You brought it after all. I'll have to borrow it tomorrow, alright? Okay.
何しょんぼりしてるんだよ。明日には健太君が掘り出せるんだぜ。
Why do you look so glum? Tomorrow we'll be taking out Colonel Sanders, right? Or maybe I'm thinking too simplistically. What if Colonel Sanders is like an evil spirit lives within the Colonel Sanders? That would be really cool. Honestly, I would give so much credit to the start of this to Higurashi if like the Colonel Sanders doll or whatever it is like has like an evil spirit imbued in it. And when she's like Rena's getting called out to it. So like she wants it so bad because it like speaks to her. It's like telepathically speaking to her and she feels it and she's like, I need to get this Colonel Sanders out of this fucking trash heap. He wants freedom so bad. You're right. I really want to take Colonel Sanders home soon. We both knew that it was useless to apologize any more than that. I quenched my thirst with the barley tea Rena brought and wiped off the sweat that had now gone cold. We took the path to head home. I felt quite guilty about the tabloid wrapped up in my jacket. I love being able to just throw out wild theories though. We gotta jump back on the wild theories train. I missed it from Umineko. All of my dumb Umineko theories. Yay! 2 new tips, as they say. Let's see. It's all Colonel Sanders, dude. Oh, we don't... Okay. Okay, you know what? Instead of switching back to hear the Gregorian chants, I'll just do it on top of this. Colonel Sanders. October 1975. In accordance with the Prime Minister's Bulletin Number XXX, Hinamizawa's Electrical Development Master Plan was announced. The vast scope of the projected Hinamizawa Dam was to have an incredibly heavy impact on the village of Hinamizawa. The area to be flooded by the Hinamizawa Dam would include the 5 areas of Hinamizawa. Boy. Alright, here we go. Hinamizawa, Takatsudo, Kyotsu, Matsumoto, and Yagochi. Sure. Close enough. The submerged area would include 291 houses. And they all have names too. For to say 291 house names. Population 1,251. 1 elementary school, 1 middle school, 1 post office, 1 agricultural cooperative, 1 forestry department lumberyard, 5 shrines, 2 temples, and 1 fishery. All of these communal, cultural, agriculture sites and places of worship were to be indefinitely submerged at the bottom of the artificial lake basin. That doesn't sound great. Forsaking the hundreds of years our ancestors poured their blood and sweat into this fertile, resource-rich land was just too painful to bear. All the residents having homes that were to be submerged banded together and created the Onigafuchi Guardians. Dope name. The dam project was halted and petitions to alter the plan were circulated. The citizens sought peaceful negotiations, but the government and its puppet company that openly refused. Redacted? I don't know how I should be reading that. Performing unspeakable, heinous acts, they quashed the democratic actions of the villagers. But the villagers did not falter. Instead, they banded together even more closely and steered their resolve to protect their homes to the death. That meant serious fucking business. The continuation of that frightening Hinamizawa Dam construction project is still stalled as of today. The villagers understand that the stalling was caused by sublime power through unity. And they understand that this fearsome plan has not yet been fully withdrawn. The Onigafuchi Guardians had been dissolved after it did its part, but the feelings of unity it garnered had not yet been extinguished. As long as that passion resides in the hearts of the residents, they'll be able to confront whomever next decides to sink their homes into a lake basin. Onigafuchi Guardians Committee Chairman Kichiro Kimiyoshi. Hardcore. Nightmare befalls the Hinamizawa Dam. Lynching and murder dismemberment. Oh, I assume this is what he had read. On X day of X month in X prefecture at the Hinamizawa Dam construction worksite in Shishibone City, a bone-chillingly gruesome murder/dismemberment. Even though this case has shocked the archipelago, the police will give no details on the case. Exactly what happened at the Hinamizawa Dam. They probably didn't mean to kill him at first, but as a victim resisted by swinging around a shovel, the rest of the perpetrators armed themselves in return, and it quickly escalated to homicide. So said the aforementioned investigator A. After this bloody tragedy was over, they were left with a body, which nobody could have mistaken as alive. Redacted San had tormented the suspects daily with his rough behavior. At first, it was meant to be payback. All the perpetrators were horrified by their deed, and one even turned himself in to the police. It was the de facto leader of this group, Redacted, who suggested hiding the body. Reluctantly at first, they soon began to think that he did not wish to be caught. The construction site had numerous places to hide the body with 6 people. They were originally supposed to hide the body and leave the area, but the de facto leader feared that the consciences of the other 5 wouldn't be able to bear the burden, and came up with a horrifying method to keep them from turning him into the police. He devised the heinous murder of splitting up the body among them and making each of them responsible for hiding a piece. It's kind of fucked up. Redacted had turned a simple manslaughter into a gruesome dismemberment and forcibly involved each perpetrator in order to create a sense of unity between them. Each one participated. But what does this mean? Person A spoke out reluctantly. Redacted had ordered each and every one of them to dissect a piece for themselves. They were hesitant at first, but nobody refused. In for a penny, in for a pound, was what it meant. Thus, an unimaginable bloody ceremony began. Perpetrators wept and vomited as they performed the gruesome task. There was one person who stubbornly refused, but Redacted threatened them, saying nothing would change if someone else ended up dead, and he gave up on his objections. But Redacted's plan collapsed in the span of one night. Redacted, who had refused to dissect the corpse up to the last moment, had broken down into tears at the hospital, where he was being treated for an injury sustained through the scuffle, and confessed. Criminals were arrested one after the other, but the de facto leader, Redacted's whereabouts are still unknown. Also, the right arm hidden by Redacted has yet to be found. Despite an ongoing search, this horrible individual has so far managed to elude law enforcement. Oh, it's gotta be Rena, right? What could the police be doing? It appears that Redacted had said he was going to throw the body, right arm, into the swamp. Redacted's car was discovered abandoned near the swamp, but there was no clues to his whereabouts. Redacted didn't trust his companions. One cannot deny the possibility that he expected his companions to confess to the police and used his car as a decoy. Of course, I doubt that theory. Since he has no car, one could expect him to have a limited area to which he could have escaped to. But within the station, there were rumors going around that he had accidentally slipped and drowned in the swamp when he went to throw away the body. To the locals, that swamp is believed to be bottomless. It's known as Onigafuchi, the Demon's Abyss, and it's said that the bottom of the swamp is connected to the hellish world of demons. Gargoyles. The atrocious demon from hell that was Redacted. Could it be that he had returned to hell through the swamp? The Jin Dragon, bringer of luck and fortune. Prosperous future. Ladies leaping into your arms. Business success. Promotions. Ambition. Protection from harm. Not just with pachinko and horse races, but business and even love. Guaranteed or your money back. Zijin Dragon Bracelet DX, One Piece. 27,800 yen. I think it's supposed to try to get to make it clear that we're reading like a tabloid magazine that's just a bunch of slop, right? Slop on a paper, I think is what it's trying to portray there. That on the same page it's talking about this maybe potentially sensationalized killing situation. You also have this advert for like a dragon bracelet that supposedly brings you good luck, I would assume. And of course you have to have the dopey music with it to really hammer it home. The function of the school as an educational facility is very questionable. Our PE class is exceptionally disorganized. The only things we did together are the warm-ups at the start. The teacher isn't even there after that. Oh, it sounds like my PE class back in, like, middle school. All we do is play together.
仕方ないじゃん。年齢も性別もバラバラだし。
No helping it. Everybody's a different age or gender.
一応ね、体育の時間は校庭で体を動かすのだけが決まりなの。
The only rule was that we have to stay on school grounds while exercising. All the little kids were gallivanting about. Well, they certainly are being active. They might be getting plenty of exercise, but...
きっと教育委員会はこの学校を見落としてるんだろうな。
The Board of Education probably completely forgot about this school.
お待たせしましたです。
Sorry to keep you waiting.
さてご一同様、今日の体育は何をいたしましょう。
We're all together now. What shall we do today for PE?
おっしゃ。
Alright.
これでいつものメンバー全員集合だな。
We have all of our members gathered now.
さて委員長、今日は一体どんな体育をやるのかな？
Now then, class representative, what shall we do for PE today?
やるのかな？
What shall we do? Mion harumphed and crossed her arms haughtily. This story, this has got to be like the 8th time we've seen the word haughtily in this story. The translators loved that word, alright? Surveying the area.
瞬発力と持久力。
Explosive power and endurance.
スポーツの世界においては仲間などいない。
There are no friends in the world of sports.
すべてがライバル。信じられるのは己の肉体のみ。
Everyone is a rival. The only thing you can trust is in your own body.
なんだそりゃ。漫画の読みすぎだろ。
What the heck do you mean by that? You really read too much manga. I quipped without missing a beat.
てわけで、温故知新。
And so, we'll be taking a lesson from history.
古いながらもすべての要素を詰め込んだ屋外乱戦の王様。鬼ごっこで行こう。
The tried and true king of all outdoor melee events. Let's play tag. It was quite the adorable choice to make after playing it up so much.
望むところですわ。
Just what I was hoping for.
泥花圭一さんは家の一番に鬼ですの。
That dunderhead Kechi-san shall be the first one to be it. I love dunderhead as a diss. You dunderhead.
僕だって負けませんです。
I feel like I haven't read or said the word dunderhead in like a long ass time. Although that was an insult like me and my brothers and sisters who I feel like would throw around a lot. Dunderhead. You fucking dunderhead. I won't be beaten.
レナも頑張るもの。今日は負けないぞ。
I'll try my best too. You can't beat me.
なんでお前らそんなにやる気満々なんだよ。
Why are you guys all so into it?
快速第3条。ゲームは絶対に楽しく参加しなければならない。
The third rule of our society. You must partake in the game, enjoying it without question. Alright, with all these rules and stuff that's in this group, this is gonna become like a cult-like situation at some point, right? We're gonna slowly learn that, like, Kechi got himself into, like, this weird school-age children cult. And they somehow killed the construction... at the construction site.
じゃあこれ部活なのかよ。
Then this counts as a club activity? Everyone smirked at each other. They all seemed pretty confident. I'm a man. I'm a fucking man. Physically, I should be able to keep up with any girls my own age. Regardless, Mion and Satoko looked like they were aiming for victory, and Rina was looking at me as if pitying my disadvantage.
上等だぜ。鬼ごっこ。
The Higurashi Literature Club? For real, though. Like, actually. Fine. Tag.
乗ってやるー。
I'm in! My yell echoed across the school grounds. These were the rules. Anyone who was able to evade being tagged before the bell was a winner. But we didn't switch who was it. The ones who were tagged by it also became it. So the number of people who were it could increase exponentially. The endgame would become a hellish siege.
ここいらではこの遊びのことゾンビ鬼って呼んでるけどね。
We call this version zombie tag, you see?
なるほど。食われたやつがゾンビ化するからな。
I see. Anyone infected by a zombie turns into a zombie.
なんでそんな怖いこと言うんだろう。だろう。
Why do you make it sound so scary? I wonder.
レナを捕まえたら生きたままお腹を食い破ってやるからな。
As soon as I catch Rina, I'm gonna tear out her entrails while she's still alive.
やだよ圭一くん。そんなのや。
Gross, Ketchikun, that's gross. Rika-chan placed her hand on Rina's head as she panicked.
大丈夫です。圭一に食われる前に僕が優しく食べてあげますです。
Don't worry, before Ketchi gobbles you down, I'll eat you up gently.
リカ、それは全然慰めになってませんわ。
Rika, that isn't comforting at all. Both Mion and I nodded deeply.
最初の鬼ゾンビはどうやって決める？
So, the first it. How do you decide who's the zombie?
じゃんけんか。
With rock, paper, scissors?
一応授業時間だからね。問題で決めよ
Well, it is class time after all. Let's decide by answering
う。
questions.
問題を出すから答えられなかったやつがゾンビ。
I'll ask the questions, and the one who isn't able to answer is the zombie. I have no idea which grade level they're coming from.
6は英語で。
What does the Japanese word roku mean? Huh? I was bewildered by the sudden question. Mion repeated it.
だから答えるの。
So you need to answer.
6は英語で。
What's roku in English? Yeah, it's
6だ。
it's the it is the USB dongle device you can place into your television for streaming service things. Did I win? It's 6.
なら靴下は。
How about kutsushida?
ソックスだね。
Socks.
アルファベットの後ろから3つ目。
What's the third last letter in the alphabet?
X ですよ。
It's X.
では性別は英語で。
What does seibetsu mean?
もちろんわかりますわ。
Of course I know what that is.
それは
It's... Satsuko cut herself off before finishing the answer. I see. It's quite a lewd question.
さとこは大人だもんね。
That's a mean trick. You're an adult, aren't you?
知らないわけはないよね。
Of course you know what it is, right?
知ってますもの。
I certainly do.
知ってるもん。
Of course I know.
じゃあ言ってごらんよ。
Then go ahead and say it.
あれだよ。あれ。
That, you know. That.
あれは英語で。
What does that mean exactly?
はあ、さとこちゃん困ってる。かわいい。
Satsuko looks like she's in trouble. How cute.
持ち帰るなよ。犯罪だからな。
Don't take her home. It's a crime. If I didn't nip it in the bud, she really might have tried to take her home. Mion's pursuit was relentless, making Satsuko stammer.
さあさあさあ言ってごらんよ。大声で。
Now then, go ahead and say it, nice and loudly.
あれは英語でなんという。
What does that mean?
知ってるもん。
I don't know. Or I do know.
知ってるもん。
I do know.
知ってるもん。だから。
I do know. It's...
ザットですよ。ザット。
That means a previously indicated person, thing, or event. Huh?
は、
All of us were a bit surprised by Rika Chan's unexpected answer. I see. Well, it certainly is what that means. That could have been awkward. I wonder what I would have done in Satsuko's position. I'd probably get ticked off and just blurt out you know what at the top of my lungs. I wouldn't want you as an enemy, Mion Sonozaki. Thank goodness you were born a girl. If you were a boy, you'd probably be a perverted asshole. Okay.
仕方ありませんわね。
It appears I have no choice.
不詳、この北条さと子がゾンビ役を務めさせてもらいますわ。
Unfortunately, I, Satsuko Hojo, shall assume the role of the zombie.
みんな食い殺してやりますですな。
I shall eat everyone! Yeah, it's like, you are a perverted asshole who just happens to be a girl then. It seems like she's raring to go.
100数えればいいんですの？
All I must do is count to 100, correct?
100数えるのはズルするやつがいるからな。
Some jerks skip numbers while counting to 100.
俺の問題が解けたら追ってよし。
So you can start chasing after you solve this problem.
ケイチくん、簡単なのにしてあげてね。
Whoa! Ketchy can give her a simple one, okay?
5分の1のケーキと6分の1のケーキと7分の1のケーキを一皿に乗せました。
1/5 of a cake, 1/6 of a cake and 1/7 of a cake are all on a plate.
分母が違いますですの。
Oh no, there are no common denominators. Satoko grabbed a stick in a panic and began drawing a cake in fractions on the ground.
ケーキ1個を60秒で食べられるサトコがそれを全部食べるとお皿にはケーキがいくつ残っているでしょう。
If Satoko, who can eat one cake in 60 seconds, eats all of them, how many cakes are left on the plate? Just as I finished giving the word problem, Mion shouted.
よーいドン
Ready, go! On Mion's signal, everyone but Satoko scattered.
ケイチくん、
Heh heh, Ketchikin.
それ問題じゃないよね。
That wasn't a problem at all, was it? Satoko had already lost the moment she started working it out. She's eating it all, so of course there's nothing left on the plate. What a simple riddle. I was forged in the riddles of Umineko. Of course I could easily solve this. Everyone dashed off in a direction they thought was best. Don't bring up any of the other riddles back during the Umineko. We don't need to retread that ground. Knowing the lay of the land, they probably headed right to the best spots. It was obvious I was at a disadvantage. At a time like this, it would have been more effective to go along with those trained in survival skills. Like Mion, for example. The fact that I didn't realize at the start of the game probably hurt my chances. Glancing back over the school grounds, I saw Satoko just rising up to start. She was really, really mad. Mwah ha ha. She got tripped up on such a dumb question. I stood at one of the corners of the school. I had clear sight lines in two directions, and would probably have a good response time if any zombies start closing in. For the time being, I caught my breath and focused on what I was trained to think during club activities yesterday. Now think calmly, Kechi Maibara. If I was it, what would I do? Increasing my numbers would be the shortcut to victory. Then going after the weakest player first is the obvious plan of attack. Meaning, me.
さて、ケイチさんはどこでございましょう。
Now then, where could Kechi-san possibly be?
逃がしませんことよ。
I shan't let you escape. But of course, what would be the best method to track me down? Footprints or smell? Or maybe some type of trail? Smell? What is she, like an animal? Like a dog? Starts like sniffing the air and trying to... If I could craftily hide my tracks, there would be no trail for Satoko to follow. But I was no detective. Would I even be able to do that kind of thing in an amateur game like this?
富田、岡村。
Tomita, Akamura.
ケイチさんを見かけなかったでございませんこと。
Have you seen Kechi-san recently? What the heck? Do zombies hunt their prey by asking nicely where they went? Tomita-kun and Akamura-kun pointed out to the location where I was hiding. Oh, those fucking snitches. After confirming she was heading this direction, I abandoned my position. It wasn't easy to hide myself with all those little kids running around as they pleased. It was becoming even more obvious that I was at a disadvantage from not being familiar with these surroundings. I'm sorry. I'm thinking so much about, you know, my experience now with Umineko. Like, you know how, like, you know, it's... everything's happening for a reason and all that. There's a part of me that's like, this is like some weird foreshadowing or something. Something along these lines is gonna happen later on. And it's gonna be like, oh man, remember when we were playing tag and you were having to hide and they were trying to find you and shit? It's too obvious. It's too obvious this is gonna be a thing later on. It was becoming even more obvious that I was at a disadvantage from not being familiar with these surroundings. If that's how it was going to be, then to confront this intelligence-gathering zombie, I just counter it in a similar vein. I approached some girls playing with a ball.
すまんが伝言を頼まれてくれ。
I'm sorry, but could you relay this message?
北条聡子にご両親が校門に来てるぞってな。
Tell Satoko, Hojo, whatever, that her parents are at the gate, please.
伝言。
Message.
いいよいいよ。
Okay. I stopped the girls as they turned to run off.
待て、まだ行くな。
Wait, don't go yet!
あと、園崎美音にもだ。
Also, take this one to Mion Sonozaki.
先生が校門のところで呼んでるぞって伝えてくれ。
Tell her the teacher is calling her to the gate. Mwahaha. I'm quite the schemer, if I do say so myself. If things went well, then Satoko and Mion would run into each other at the gate. It would put me at a disadvantage if more people were it, but this is Mion we are talking about. She'd figure out a way to escape. But that was just fine, as long as it bought me more time. Mwahaha again, dance for me, Mion and Satoko. In the palm of my hand! Having my fill of playing the con man, I looked for a place to hide. If you think about it logically, I only bought myself a scant amount of time, and it might even come back to bite me. Once it became apparent I'd started spreading false information through messengers, I could end up being the recipient of one of those messages. Satoko would probably ask the messengers to help her look for me. That would mean there would be more zombies than participants in the game. The virus that was brought about by my mischief could cause an epidemic. All my classmates would transform into zombies and would only be searching for me. This tactic might backfire horribly. While trembling at the thought of the impending dawn of the dead, I began searching for a safe house. Dawn of the Dead reference. I found a shed by the incinerator behind the school. After climbing up the roof, I held my breath. It wasn't a bad place to hold out. Not only did I have a good line of sight, but, if necessary, I could jump off in 3 different directions to escape. It was getting rowdy down there. The lower grades were running around below the shed.
いないね、前原さん。
Maibara-san isn't around.
そっちいた？
Is he over there?
いない。
Nope.
ケイチさんどこだろう？
Where's Kechi-san, I wonder?
お父さんが校門に来てるのにね。
His dad is at the front gate. That was definitely a lie. The word gate, the same one I'd used, gave a hint of revenge. So Mion was behind this. I was still keeping one step ahead of the game. I felt bad for my underclassmen, but they'd have to search until the school bell.
ねえねえ、ケイチさん知らない？
Hey, do you know where Akechi-san is at?
お母さんが急病で大変なんだって。
His mom suddenly got really sick.
前原さんに伝言だよ。
A message for Maibara-san?
家が火事だから急いで校門に来いって。
They said his house caught fire and he needs to come to the gate.
前原さん家にジャンボ機が墜落したらしいよ。
A jumbo jet fell on top of the Maibara residence.
警察が事情聴取に来てるって言ってた。
The police have come to question him. Anything goes now.
趣味は抱き枕のコレクションなんだって。
They say he enjoys peeping into bathrooms. Oh,
夜な夜なベッドで抱きながら寝てるって本当なの？
is it true that he's going around every night stealing panties? Who are they talking about?
ふにふにの柔らかい感触がたまんないって。
I heard he wears panties on his head and smells them and stuff. No way I would do that.
委員長の写真貼り付けたのも貼るらしいよ。
I heard that class representative Mion was a victim too.
へ
What? Scream. This was your doing, Mion. Calm down, Keiji Maibara. This is Mion's battle tactic to flush me out. Just hold on. If my underclassmen thought about it logically, they would know it's all nonsense. But small kids don't think about things logically. To them, all those things were true, so they all chuckled together while looking for me. I win, Mion. It's my victory. Bwahahaha. Wiping unrelenting tears away, I felt intoxicated by my own
聞
victory.
いた？
Did you hear that?
転校生の前原さんって二次元萌えの人なんだって。
I heard that the new transfer student, Maibara-san, is a really perverted person. The cost of being Mion had too high a price. Ah. Oh, someone passed below. That's Rina and Rika-chan.
リカちゃんはまだ無事かな？
Rika-chan, you're still okay?
なんとか頑張ってますです。
I'm getting by somehow.
みーちゃんも鬼になっちゃったみたいなの。
It seems Michan is it as well. Mion? Couldn't be. She'd become it because of my little strategy? This confirmed that Mion was behind this relentless message war. Then, this wasn't good.
みーちゃんは何とか巻いたけど、さとこちゃんは
We finally got away from Michan, but Satoko-chan, she's...
さとこは土管のところを探してますから、ここはしばらくは安全ですよ。
Satoko is searching around the pipes, so we should be safe here for a while. Upon hearing that, I breathed a sigh of relief. While Rina was slumped on the ground, breathing heavily, Rika-chan had started creeping up to her. Rika-chan doesn't normally make noise when she walks, but it's strange. Couldn't be. Ah!
リカちゃん
Rika-chan?
何かな何かな
What is it? What is it? Huh?
大丈夫ですよ。
Don't worry. I'd never seen Rika-chan smile so creepily before.
なんで近寄ってくるのかな来るのかな
Why are you coming closer? Why?
リカちゃんはゾンビじゃないもんね。
Rika-chan isn't a zombie, is she?
怖くないです。
Don't be scared.
僕が優しく食べてあげますです。
I'll be sure to eat you gently.
嘘だよね。
No way!
リカちゃんがそんな。
Rika-chan, no! Rina was pressed against the wall and Rika-chan lurched forward with both arms out, just like a zombie. Rina quaked with her back pushed up against the wall. It was quite a surreal scene of horror, like one of those zombie breakout videos you'd see. At that moment, Rina's eyes met mine. Kechi-kun, save me! Zombie Rika-chan turned 180 degrees, exorcist style, and glared at me.
いたケイちゃんみっけ
Found him! I see Kechan. Kichan. Mion popped out from behind the cinder block wall around the garbage dump, also seeing where I was. My position was only advantageous when there was one zombie. Being surrounded was not as good.
ケイチさんを見つけたですって
You said you located Kechi-san? I could tell that Satoko was rushing my way. It seemed that Rika-chan had let Rina escape, and now she was baring her fangs in my direction. I don't know what that sound is.
降りてこいケイちゃん
Come on down, Ki-chan. The three zombies circled the shed, moaning curses.
お前ら怖い
You guys are scary.
怖すぎる
Too scary.
ケイチさんの腹渡はどんな味がするのかしら
I wonder how Kechi-san's guts taste.
ケイチさん
Kechi-san.
ケイチも僕たちの仲間になってほしいです
Kechi, I want you to become one of us.
誰か助けてくれ
Someone please save me! I saw Rina apologizing to me from across the schoolyard. An apology. Sorry. Leaving me for dead? Rina! I leapt off the roof out of fear, slipping as I landed. Satoko and Rika jumped on top of me and, after straddling me, they tickled me all over my body. Gua, ha ha ha.
やべやべ
Stop, stop! Gua.
ってことはあとはレナか
So this means Rina still left?
チャイムまであと何分もないね
There isn't much time until the bell.
乗れレナ
Damn you, Rina!
よくも俺を見殺しに
How dare you leave me for dead? The feelings of a zombie. I understood how vengeful ghosts with lingering regrets felt.
かわいそです
It's sad. So sad.
でもこれでケイチも仲間ですよ
Akechi is one of us now. Felt like I'd been bitten by a vampire and was now one of their thralls. It was a strange feeling, being welcomed over to the side that had pursued me.
ゾンビ鬼なかなか奥深し
Zombie tag is quite profound.
気取ってる場合じゃありませんわ
There's no time to postulate.
レナさんを捕まえるのですな。
We must capture Rina-san.
校長が廊下を歩いてる。
The principal is walking down the hall.
もうすぐチャイムが鳴るよ。
The bell will ring soon. To devour Rina, I, who had been turned into a demon of vengeance, needed to use any means necessary. Except I wasn't just a zombie. I was a master of the night. A vampire. Okay. Using the same trick that had tightened the noose around my own neck, I used my classmates to further my evil designs. I gathered up the lower grades from around the school grounds.
みんな聞いてくれ。
Everyone, listen!
レナが大変なんだ。
Rina's in big trouble.
今すぐレナを探し出してくれ。
All of you, please look for Rina.
前原さん家にジャンボ機が落っこちたことより大変なの？
It's a bigger problem than a jumbo jet crashing into your family's house? Oh yeah, it had turned into that, hadn't it? Mion whistled nonchalantly, trying to avoid the blame.
ああ、ジャンボ機なんか目じゃないぞ。
Yeah, it's not even the same league as jumbo jets.
レナン地に墜落したのはなんと
What fell in Rina's house
小惑星だ。
was a space colony.
小惑星ですって？
A space colony?
ああ、宇宙人が作った装置でロシュの限界を解除し、まず1個落としたらしい。
Yeah, it's a really big disaster.
まさか俺もそこまでやるとは思わなかった。
Everything in a 100-kilometer radius was obliterated.
しかも続いて今度は100個も。
But that's only the prelude to this tragic tale.
地球軍の完全な誤算だ。
This is the beginning. The start of a war for independence by the propagandability of Zeon. The lower grades were dumbfounded, their eyes like saucers at the grand turn of events.
地球軍って？
What will happen?
私たち宇宙人と戦争でもしてるんですか？
Will the Terran Federation lose?
このままでは地球は壊滅だ。
If things go on like this, they will.
しかしレナならレナの放つ音速のマッハレナパンチなら小惑星を全て迎撃することができる。
Only one person can defeat the Red Comet.
そう、地球軍のトップエース、それがリュウグウレナなのだ。
That person is Rina Ryogu. The lower grade students all gulped. It seemed I made them fully understand that the fight for Earth was lost without Rina.
さあチレ、同志諸君、
Now
レ
scat.
ナを探し出すのだ。
Now scatter, comrades. We must find Rina. My comrades in the lower grades let out an enthusiastic cheer and dashed off in various directions around the school grounds. There's still one person who hadn't gone.
でもたとえレナさんでも月を押し戻すことなんてできるんでしょうか？
But I thought even the Terran Federation's impulse wave diffusal cannon didn't work on the Comet Empire.
心配無用だ。
You're close. That's the white variety of those comets.
つい先日もレナは地球に激突するはずの水星爆弾を一つ弾き飛ばしている。
The reason it didn't work was because they didn't know the weak point.
小惑星の100個や200個くらい音速を超える高速のパンチで一撃だ。
Of course, Rina knows her weak point all too well.
リュウグウさんってすごいんだ。
Ryugu-san is amazing. Satisfied with that, she also rushed off to look for Rina. It does seem like there are some promising up-and-comers amongst the youngsters.
ケイちゃんの才能をおじさんは改めて知ったよ。
Little Ki-chan's abilities. This old man knows them better now. It didn't really feel like she was complimenting me, but whatever.
しかしケイチさんもやるでございますわね。
Really though, how exceptional. Kechi-san,
これは頼もしいですわ。
this looks quite promising.
でもこの人数なら勝てる。
If we have this many, we can win.
これだけいれば勝てるよ。
With this many, we will win.
ケイチはゾンビに立候補した方が良かったと思いましたです。
I was thinking that Kechi would have been a better nominee for the initial zombie. Rika-chan's words stung a bit, but I'd let it slide for now. This game of tag is intense. Not even Rina would be able to escape the entire class. As a result of everyone's thorough search, Rina was finally cornered in the back of the sports equipment shed.
怖いよみんな。
You're all scary.
ケイチ君まで
Kechi-kun too?
怖いよ。
So scary. Probably was scary being chased around by the entire student body. All the lower grades closed in on Rina, saying she was the only one who could save the world.
みんなが何を言ってるのかわかんないよ。
What are you all saying?
レナはパンチで小惑星なんか破壊できないよ。
I can't control a mech?
レナ、さっきはよくも見捨てたな。
Rina, how could you leave me for dead?
覚悟はできてるだろうな。
Are you ready to pay for it?
さっきはごめんねケイチ君。だって仕方なかったんだもん。
I'm sorry about that, Ketchi-kun, but I didn't have a choice.
おとなしく食い尽くされるでございますの。
Do not resist. Let yourself be devoured.
みんなで仲良しですよ。
Let's all be together.
さあレナ、念仏でも唱えな。
Say now, Rina, say your prayers. Wah, ha, ha. Rina had stumbled onto a mat, trembling with tears in her eyes. I closed in. Associating the situation with a similar, particularly immoral one made my pulse quicken just a little bit. Satsuko and Rika-chan were both wiggling their fingers. They probably wanted to tickle Rina. Rina, wanting no part of what she knew was about to happen, went stiff with fear. Gotta just start swinging fists.
みんなみたいなひどいことしないよね。しないよね。
Ketchi-kun, you wouldn't do mean things like everyone else, would you? Would you?
さあどうかな。
I wonder. If you had the chance to change your fate, would you? She made some noises.
さあ覚悟は決まったかな。
Now then, are you ready?
いいよ。ケイチ君なら。
Oh, she's willingly surrendering. Okay, so long as it's Ketchi-kun. The face she made as she resigned herself to her fate made my heart skip a beat.
ケイチ君はひどいことしないってレナ信じてるし。
I believe that Ketchi-kun won't do horrible things to me. Body, won't move. That'd be some sort of anti-zombie mantra. The second my sense of reason chimed in, the beast inside me died instantly. So dramatic. Oh, the bell. She saved herself. God. There was a bell. Game over. Yay!
やったやった。
I did it. I did it.
生き残ったよ。
I survived.
わーいわーい。
Yay! Yay! Rina pranced around merrily as if a curse had been broken.
あとわずかのところで日光が差し、悪のゾンビ軍団は廃人と帰したか。
So daylight broke in the nick of time and the evil zombie army disintegrated into dust.
ヒロインが生き残るのは映画のお約束だもんな。
And so, the heroine survived. Well, that's how it goes in the movies anyway.
何を気取ってるのですの？
What are you postulating about?
ケイチさんがもたもたしてるから。
This is all because Keiji-san was dawdling about.
お仕置きしますです。
Punishment is required. I was subdued by Satoko and Rika-chan and once again sentenced to death by 100 tickles.
許して。
What a gross sound. Eek! Forgive me. Eek!
じゃあ生き残ったでしょうは竜宮レナと園崎ミオン。イエーイ。
Then, the award for surviving goes to Rina Ryugu and Mion Sonozaki. Yay!
あれ？みーちゃんゾンビじゃなかったの？
Huh? Mi-chan wasn't a zombie?
ふりしてただけ。敵を騙すのは
Damn.
味方からって言うじゃん。
They say you need to deceive your allies before you can deceive the enemy, you know?
うおーミオンてめえ。
Mion's too good. Oh, me on you, little.
はいはい
Yeah, yeah.
急いで着替えないとね
Hurry up and change, alright?
次の授業に遅れんなよ
Don't be late for the next class.
離せサトコリカちゃん
Let go of me, Satoko. Rika-chan. Having had my fill of being terrified to my very core by club activities, I solemnly swore I would have Mion crying for mercy next time. Perfect. Get back in the classroom. After arriving home, I quickly made preparations to head out once again. I'd agreed to meet with Rena to dig Colonel Sanders out of that mountain of treasure from before.
母さん、うちに軍手ってあるかな。あとタオル。
Mom, do we have work gloves? I need towels too.
表の物置の中になかった？
Aren't they in the shed out back?
タオルは洗面所ね。
The towels are by the sink. Alright, now is all ready. Looking at me, my mom stared quizzically.
何ケイチ？
What's going on, Kechi?
すごいいでたちでどこへお出かけ？
Where are you headed to in that getup? If they come to dump again illegally, he'll be buried completely, and it'll be impossible to dig him out. And if that happens, Reno will undoubtedly go after the Colonel Sanders in front of the fried chicken place in town.
ちょっと発掘に。
A bit of excavating,
クラスメートを犯罪者にしないために。
so my classmate doesn't become a criminal.
はあ？あまり遅くならないようにね。
Well, don't be out too late. Mom returned to the kitchen with a puzzled expression still on her face. Where's the dad? Is the dad still in a huff? Cutting through the woods as a shortcut to the dam site, I ran into someone. Oh no, is it gonna be a photog man? Oh yeah! That's a weird man. Okay, it was Toмотake-san. I love how every time I just can't call him by his name every time I think of him. Probably taking pictures of wild birds again with that precious camera of his. It couldn't be that all he took pictures of was handsome young men in the twilight. Ugh.
Yeah, 久しぶり。
Hey, long time no see.
ケイイチ君だったよね。
Keiichi-kun, right?
どうもその説は。
My due regards. I expelled the rude imagery from my head and greeted him without inciting anything.
そういえば、
By the way,
彼女は君の知り合いだよね。
was that girl an acquaintance of yours? He was probably talking about Rena. Guessing by the way Toмотake-san was shaken up.
あれは一体何だったんだい？
What was that all about?
彼女がむきみのナタを持って歩いてるんだよ。
She was walking around with a bared hatchet.
それもニヤニヤと笑いながら。
And she was laughing with a huge smile across her face. That was Rena, without a doubt. I expect that she was grinning in anticipation of taking Colonel Randy home. What? Rand?
身に危険を察して隠れたけど、警察に電話した方がいいんじゃないかな。
I hid myself because I thought it might be dangerous. Should I call the cops to be safe? He's like, afraid. Well, it certainly would be quite the spectacle for a girl of her age to be roaming around with a hatchet. Toмотake-san's reaction was the epitome of logical.
いいんですいいんです。
It's fine, it's fine.
ほっといてください。
Just leave her be.
また犠牲者を探して徘徊しているだけですから。
She's just wandering around looking for more victims. Toмотake-san was alarmed by my crass response. Well, it's probably hard for normal people to understand, Rena. I'll just toss out a bunch of baloney.
富武さんがここで殺されたら、多分犯人はあいつです。
If you were to be killed out here, she'd probably be the one to do it.
せいぜい嗅ぎ回らないようにすることですね。
Try not to snoop too much around here. Okay, wait, what is this logic? Alright, so, oh man, Rina, really probably hard to explain to a stranger. So instead, I'm going to act really weird in response to this guy. And really just freak him out. With a condescending smirk, I started off in the direction of the dam site where Rina was waiting. Before I got too far, Tomotaki-san abruptly called out to me.
ケイチ君、それよそ者の僕への警告のつもりかい？
Keiichi-kun, is that meant to be a warning for an outsider like me? I didn't mean that seriously. I did try to make it obvious, but...
せいぜい気をつけることにするよ。
I'll try my best to be careful. Leaving only those words behind, Tomotaki-san turned around and left. I didn't really mean to call him an outsider. I wasn't really implying anything when I said that. It was only meant to be a joke, but felt like I'd said something bad. He's gonna return with a weapon. Something bad's gonna happen involving that man. Keiichi-kun!
待ってたよ。今日も頑張ろう。
I was waiting for you. Let's try our best today. I understood what Tomotaki-san was trying to say. Somebody gallivanting about while waving a hatchet around certainly would seem dangerous.
ナタは鞘とかをかぶせて持ってこい。
You should put a cover on that hatchet when you have it in public.
むきみはさすがにまずいだろ。
It's not good to carry it around in the open like that.
なくしちゃったみたいで。
It's a special
ない
occasion.
んだもん。
Seems that I lost it, so there isn't one. Thinking about it, there really was no need to try to keep up appearances. Everyone in Hinamizawa probably already knew about Rina's eccentricities. Eccentricities? ECCC. She's probably the only person who could carry a hatchet around Hinamizawa and not be considered suspicious.
まあいっか。
Ah, well,
今日で決めるぜ。
let's finish this today.
最後の針をぶっ壊せば引きずり出せるはずさ。
If we bust through this last beam, we should be able to pull him out.
準備万端。
I've got everything I need.
任せとけ。
Leave it to me. Okay. I took the axe from Rina and made my way up to the unstable slope.
待っててね、ケンタくん。
Just wait, Colonel Sanders.
今、ケイチくんが助け出してくれるからね。
Keiichi-kun will save you.
よっしゃ下がってな。
Alright, get back.
一気に蹴りをつけてやるぜ。
I'll finish this in one go. A solid thwack rang throughout Hinamizawa, as if the job was being done by a lumberjack.
どう？
How is it?
うまくいきそう？
Think you can do it?
無理そうだったら無理しなくていいよ。
If it looks too hard, you don't have to strain yourself.
ここさえ折れればあとはなんとかなる。
If I can break through this, then we'll be good.
今日は気力も充実。
I have plenty of power today.
いける。
I can do it. But this adversary was more formidable than I expected. First of all, I'd never used a hatchet before. During a school camping trip, I'd wanted to split the wood, but I lost at rock, paper, scissors and wasn't able to do it. Because the spot where I was standing was so unstable, I soon became tired and decided to take a break. Rina had already spread out a tarp and laid down some tea and sweets.
大丈夫。
I'm fine.
もう一息。
I'm almost there.
今夜レナが寝るときには健太君にお休みのキスができるようになってるさ。
I'll make sure Rina can give Colonel Sanders a goodnight kiss tonight. Yeah,
ありがとう。
thanks.
ケンタくん、おやすみのキス。
Giving Colonel Sanders a goodnight kiss.
そういえばレナも転校生だったんだろ？
Come to think of it, Rina, you're a transfer student too, right?
前はどこに住んでたんだよ？
Where did you live before? Let me see, what did you link here? Where did you live before I read that? Okay. I asked her nonchalantly while drinking tea. I thought she'd lived here all her life.
お、
Hmm?
関東の方だよ。
In Kanto?
ここほどじゃないけど、やっぱり田舎だったかな。
It wasn't as rural as it was out here, but it was still out in the countryside.
なんで引っ越してきたんだよ。
Why did you move here?
ひなみ沢に。
To Hinamizawa. I mean,
ほら、ここって結構田舎だろ。
you know, this is pretty far out in the boonies.
ケイチ君はなんで引っ越してきたの？
Why did you move here?
お父さんの仕事と関係あるのかな？
Does that have to do with your dad's work?
うちの親父がアトリエを移したいって言い出したんだよ。
Dad said he wanted to relocate a studio.
こういう山奥がいいって前々から言っててさ。
He'd been saying that for a while, somewhere deep in the mountains like this would be perfect.
アトリエ？ケイチ君のお父さんって芸術家さんなの？
Studio. Is your father an artist or something?
風景画ばっかり描いてる。
He paints scenery.
年に2回くらいはどっかで個展を開いてるらしい。
Seems that twice a year he opens a gallery for the stuff he does. When he started, his works were displayed in Industry Plaza in Tokyo, but now they're exhibited in the Makuhari Mess. He's determined to have them displayed in the Waterfront International Exhibition Hall.
それってすごいね。
That's amazing.
今度レナにも見せてね。
Let me see them next time. I was too embarrassed to tell her that I didn't really know what kind of pictures my father painted. Well, eventually I would. I picked myself up while giving some vague answers.
でも、楽器途中の転校だったんでしょ？
But you transferred in the middle of the semester, didn't you?
大変じゃなかった？
Wasn't that a hassle?
別に
Not really.
都会ってのには飽きてたし。
I was getting bored of the city anyway. I was trying to get answers from Rina, but I ended up being the one giving out all the answers. With a bit of a wry smile on my face, I grabbed the handle of my hatchet and headed back to work site. Back to work site. The air grew colder as the sun slowly set. The Higurashi began their song, as if to tell me to stop and head home for the day. Just a bit more. Today, I would end it. When I first started, I chatted with Rina as I worked, but now I didn't have that luxury.
ほら
Huh!
てめえ
You little...
ちくしょう
Damn it! I had swung the hatchet countless times today, just like this. Contact. Shards of wood splintered. The assailants butchered the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes. I recalled that passage from the tabloid. One hit with something like this would smash someone's head in. Oh god. The intrusive thoughts. The intrusive thoughts. Axes and pickaxes are not meant to be swung at people, ever. With one last swing, the beam cracked apart. The weight I put behind the hatchet not only split through the beam, but smashed the statue's shoulder as well. Oh no, Colonel! Colonel down! The arm came off with a sickening sound. It clattered down noisily, stopping at my feet.
Oh.
Ah!
どうしたの？大丈夫？怪我したの？
What's the matter? Are you hurt? Oh no, I would not be able to face Arena in this moment. If I accidentally hatcheted off Colonel Sanders' arm or whatever, I would just be like, you know what? We'll come back tomorrow. And then just never show my face again.
ごめん。
Sorry.
人形の腕壊しちゃったよ。
The figure's arm, I broke it off.
なんだ、ケイチ君が怪我をしたんじゃないかって思っちゃった。
Yeah, seriously, just blame someone else. Just be like, oh man, what a weird situation. Oh, that's all? I thought Kechi couldn't hurt himself. I probably had a really guilty look on my face. Rina said that without a hint of dismay as she smiled.
ガムテープとかでくっつけて、その上に上着を着せるもの。
We just need to tape it back on and put a coat over him.
絶対わからないよ。
Nobody will even notice.
そっか。じゃあ引っ張り出そうぜ。
I see. Let's pull him out then.
そっち持ってくれるか。
Can you get that side? Okay. Maybe he's even cuter without an arm, you know? Maybe that ups the cute factor for her. I still haven't found... Oh, one of the arms. Ah! I laughed dryly at how pathetic I was for considering the arm flopping down and rolling to my feet to be such a bad omen. Both Rena and Mion knew how sickening that incident was, so they pretended that they didn't know. I looked it up all by myself, and shamefully enough, I was scared.
情けないぜ前原圭一
You're pathetic, Kaichi Maibara.
よっしゃレナ
Alright, Rena.
一気に行くぞ
Let's do this in one go.
せーの
Ready, and...
や
Ah!
ったやったよケイチくん
We did it! We did it, Ketchi-kun! Yay! The right time to give 3 cheers. That moment of 2 days of work bearing fruit. He who was brought to Hinamizawa covered in filth to meet his end. Instead, we were able to welcome him back. You're pretty lucky, Colonel Sanders. Your new master is a pretty decent person.
わあケンタくんだやっぱかわいいよ
Colonel Sanders. He really is cute. It didn't matter that he was dirty. Rena nuzzled him cheerfully with her cheek. I was dead tired, but seeing Rena's happy face made it all worth it.
じゃあ手伝うから持っていこうぜ暗くなるとまずいだろ
I'll help you carry it back. It'd be bad if it gets dark.
そうだね
Yeah, right.
ケイチくん本当にありがとうねこの恩は忘れないね
I really want to thank you, Ketchi-kun. I won't forget this.
恩返しは何がいいかよく考えておくよ
I'll think really hard about how you can repay me.
どんな恩返しだろう
I wonder what kind of repayment.
恩返しだろう
I wonder. For now, I just hold back my evil cackle. We were ready to take it to her house, but we couldn't go like this. We rolled the statue up in the tarp and lifted him. And so Jack and Jill went down the hill, carrying a human-sized bag and an unsheathed hatchet. I prayed that we wouldn't run into Toмотake-san. If he saw us here and took a picture, we'll need to get rid of him. Lol. Lol, but not lol. We'll actually have to kill the guy. Is that meant to be a warning for an outsider like me? Something struck me as odd about the words Toмотake-san, unable to grasp my sense of humor, had left behind. Nice. Alright, I think we're about halfway through the stream here tonight, so let me throw up a BRB. Oh. We'll read this new tip once we come back here. So, everybody stretch your legs, get some water, use the restroom as needed, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. I think I want, what, this one? There we go. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'll be so perfectly honest, the non-chanting song kind of scares me in a liminal space sort of way. Honestly, now that you put it to words, 100% agree. A 100% agree. Take me back to the chanting. Take me back. Can I hit? If I go, let's as like a palate cleanser. Chop his arm off. Alright, welcome back from the BRB. Just to break it up a bit. Alright, let's see. What kind of name is Rena? Yeah, what kind of fucking name is Rena, huh? Explain yourself. Rena... Rena's not here. Do you know where she is, Ketchy? Huh? She was just there, actually. I get caught off guard because they do... I don't know how to explain it, but they do something different with the dialogue and how the text is presented in these little interstitial things than the main game. It throws off my pacing completely. Don't like it. As a person who has to read it out loud, don't like whatever's going on here. I brought this up in the first part. Bothersome. Rude. Rude even. Hey, Mion. Where did Rena go?
Rena? お手洗いじゃない?
Rena? Didn't she go to the washroom?
覗きたいなら止めないけど、通報するからね。
She did say that she's been having bowel troubles lately. I hadn't heard anything about that. Satoko, do you know where Rena went? Rena-san, you say? I just passed her in the hallway. Rena-san has class duties today, so she's off to water the flower bed.
ああ、レナが日直か。そりゃお疲れ様なことで。
Ah, it was Rena's turn for class duty. Sounds like a drag. Rena. Upon hearing it repeated, a thought came to mind. It's rude to say this about someone's name, but it was a weird name. It was like some foreigner's name.
レナってどういう名前なんだろうな。レナって漢字だとどうなるんだ?
Honestly, just like the name Austin. I think I talked about this recently on stream. I don't know what we were playing, but I was talking about. It might have been even Umineko. What a weird name. I think another story I always talked about with my name was like, to this day, if anyone says the word awesome, and I'm not expecting it, I always feel like someone's about to say Austin, they're trying to get my attention, and so I will always look in the direction of someone saying awesome. It's frustrating. It was frustrating as a kid too. A very distraught kid back in the day. What kind of name is Rena, I wonder? What kind of kanji does her name use? Rena's her nickname. She has a proper name as well.
そうなのか? 俺はてっきり竜宮レナってのが本名だと思ってたよ。
What? Really? I was sure that Rena Ryogu was her actual name. Also, Ryugu? Rena Ragu sauce? I keep wanting to think of sauce every time I see her last name there. The chat, awesome. Shit, someone tried to get my attention. It did the same thing. Same effect. Well, I can understand you making that mistake since we only call her Rena-san. She even signs her name as Rena. It's like it's her real name in school.
本当の名前はなんて言うんだろうな。 レナが戻ってきたら聞いてみるから。
I wonder what her real name is. Let's ask her when she comes back. Satsuko and Rika-chan looked at each other.
聞かなくてもいいですよ。僕たちが教えてあげますです。
That was really weird. Why was he like, oh shit, what's her real name? We'll have to wait for her to come back. Like, I'm sure these people who have been around her much longer know her name. Especially if they said that Rina is her fake name, or, you know, a nickname. Why is Kiechi so fucking weird? You don't need to ask her. We'll tell you what it is. No one knows her fucking name.
奈良のな、竜宮レイナが本名ですのよ。
It's the Rei from Ore, and then Na from Nara. Her real name is Rina Ryugu. Reina? I'm sure it's like a pronunciation thing and also a translation thing. But man, the difference and the subtlety between Rina and Reina.
レイナか。
Reina, is it?
それでレイナじゃなくてレナって読むのか？
So it's read out as Rina instead of Reina?
面白い読み方だよな。
That's a pretty interesting reading.
いいえ、違いますです。レイナで正しいのです。
No, that's not it. Reina is the correct way.
レナさんが言ったのですわ。レナと呼んでほしいって。
Rina-san had told us that she wanted us to call her Rina.
だからレナさんなのですわ。
So we call her Rina-san.
ケイちゃん、レナはレナだよ。
Kei-chan, Rina is Rina, you know?
レーナって呼ぶのは他人だけ。
Only strangers call her Reina. Rina.
そこんとこ分かってるよね。
You get where this is going? I understood what Mion was saying. Didn't matter what her real name was, only that names we used between us. Only what names we used between us. Rina Ryugu is Rina. She's nobody other than that.
思ったんだけどさ、自己申請すれば俺も今日からあだ名で呼ばれるのか？
So I was thinking, if I had a nickname, would you call me by that?
面白けりゃね。
If
なん
it's
て呼ばれたいわけ？
if it's good, so what do you want to be called?
越後屋。
Con man. What a fucking dork. What a fucking dork. Rina then came back into the classroom. One of the janitors saw the door. One of the juniors near the door told Rina people were looking for her.
あれあれ、誰かレナのことを探してたかな？
What's this now? Who is looking for me, I wonder?
かな？
I wonder. Seeing that, both Mion and I sneered.
お代官様、竜宮めがまんまと現れましたぞ。
Bailiff, Ryugu doth show herself.
いちごや、主も悪よな。
Con man, you're quite sinister. Wah wah wah.
何かな？ケイチ君とミーちゃんが悪代官だよ。
Oh, what is this? What is this? Ketchikun and Michan are an evil bailiff and
いちご屋だよ。
a con man?
おのれ竜宮レナの助、ここであったが100年目でおじゃる。
Damn you, Renanosuke, Ryugu! Today doth be when thou meetest thy maker. Meetest thy maker.
いざ覚悟。
Have at thee! What? What?
スケさん、カクさん、こらしめてやりなさい。
Suka-san, Cox-san, show them what for.
あやいさですわ。
Hi, aye, sir.
報酬はスイス銀行に入れてほしいのです。
I expect my fee to be paid by, to my Swiss bank account. Since it's come to this, we have no choice. We'll just have a grand battle with 5 people. Rina's fierce punches exploded just as soon as she had shown her seal. The evil that was Mion and myself was vanquished in the end.
レナにはぜひ世直しの旅に出てもらいたいもんだ。永田町なんかどうだ？
I do hope that Rina does go on a journey to make the world a better place. How about heading to Parliament first?
ダメだよ。旅先で買い物ちょろまかすから。
Spare me. I'll get cute stuff for you on my travels. The toll of the bell signaled that break time was over.
ほらほら、ケイチ君もみーちゃんも先生来るよ。
Come on, Ketchikin, Mi-chan. The teacher's coming. I took Rina's hand and stood up. It was just as the teacher had entered the classroom. Just one more hour. Man, oh man. Gotta buckle down for one more. What a great story. I should be using different slots. Keep tradition. Keep tradition of with Umineko.
どうだったケイちゃん。
How was it, Ki-chan?
レナさんの家に行ったでございますか？
So, you went to Rina-san's house?
すごかったでしょ？
Wasn't it amazing?
そんなことないよね。
Yeah, I think that's just like, to me, honestly, I mean, Ketchi's great and all. I think Mion's just such a great character, comparatively. Not saying, like, the others suck or anything, but I think just, like, the Mion character is, like, she commits to the bits. She's wise when you compare her next to, like, the other kids in this group, you know? So she's got that fake air of, like, of wisdom, in a sense. She acts like the old man. It's a good shtick, in my opinion. It's nothing like that, right? Right? Unlike my house, the Ryugu residence wasn't nearly constructed. It had been renovated from a pre-existing building. Well, the house itself was fine. The problem was the yard. There, it was crammed with rows upon rows of oddities. A million Colonel Sanders. They were all they were all the same as Colonel Sanders, stuff you'd see while walking around in town. The cake shop's mascot, Lil Licky. The Totemon in front of the pharmacy. She even had the amazing flying elephant from the top of the department store. She's a kleptomaniac.
そこまでは100歩譲って可愛いことにしてもいい。
I'll agree with you that those are cute.
だがあの郵便ポストは変だぞ。
But why the mailbox?
ああいうのってまずいんじゃないのか？
Won't you get in trouble for that one?
だって可愛いだもん。
But, so cute. She must have just thought about it because her face filled with delight.
出かけりゃいいのか？
So it's the bigger the better?
出かけりゃ。
Just as long as it's big?
で、お部屋には小さいものがごっちゃりと陳列してありますの。
And her room displays the smaller ones.
前に拝見したことがあるでございますわ。
Shout out to the parents apparently just letting her collect a bunch of shit. I had a chance to see them before.
で、リカちゃんみたいな可愛い子は地下室にしまうのか？
And cute kids like Rika-chan are locked away in the basement?
何でもしまっちゃうよ。
Yep, I'll keep anything.
はあ、かわいい。
Cute. So she takes anything she likes back to her nest. No ill will intended.
なあ、レナ。
Hey, Rina,
ニューヨークに自由の女神ってあるだろ？
you know about the Statue of Liberty in New York, right?
あれ、可愛いか？
Is that cute?
かわいいよ。欲しいよ。
Yeah, cute. I want it. The US should probably come up with some countermeasures ASAP. If not, the Statue of Liberty really will take a trip to Hinamizawa in the not so distant future. She would become just like that magician who what made the Statue of Liberty disappear for a second.
お待たせしましたです。
My apologies for keeping you waiting. Rika-chan had returned.
職員室に呼ばれるなんて面白くないよな。
No fun being called to the staff room.
なんかやったのか？
Did you do something?
失礼な。リカはケイチさんのような不良とは違うでございます。
How rude. Rika isn't a hoodlum like Kechi-san.
違うよケイチくん。
Nothing like that, Kechi-kun.
リカちゃんはお祭りの実行委員さんなの。
Rika-chan is a member of the festival committee.
祭り？
Festival?
学校の文化祭かなんかの？
The school cultural festival or something?
ケイちゃんケイちゃん、この前言ったじゃん。
Kei-chan, I already told you.
村祭りだよ。
It's a village festival.
綿流しのお祭り。
The Watanagashi. Oh, come to think of it, should say there'd be a festival at the shrine during the next break.
その綿流しって何なんだ？
So, what's this Watanagashi thing about?
灯籠流しみたいなもんか？
Is it like a floating lantern festival?
最後に沢に流すってとこだけは同じかな。
Guess the last part where you set things adrift in a river is similar.
傷んで使えなくなったお布団とかトテラとかにね。
Except, we use cotton things, like old worn out futons and padded cloaks.
ご苦労様って感謝して供養しながら沢に流すお祭りなの。
It's a festival expressing thanks for their years of service. The people living in Hinanzawa dumped their futons and padded cloaks in a stream? Sounds like it'd be a lot of trouble if it backed up the current. Maybe they should just drop some fish in and have a fish wrangling competition. Why do I feel like this town has a bad problem with like just littering? You just throw your shit. Illegal dumping, throw that shit. Colonel Sanders statue thing, throw that shit. Your old futons and shit, just throw that into the river. Fuck it. We have a festival over it. We love doing this shit. I love just throwing my shit around. Skewer them and sprinkle a little salt. Oh man, I could smell it already.
それじゃあサマーキャンプですわ。
Hinamizawa just needs to like strike back these people. Mother Nature needs to strike back. That's just summer camp.
ケイチさんって意外に想像力貧困でございますのね。
I never anticipated how destitute Kechi-san's imaginative capabilities would actually be.
なんで俺がくだらん想像をしたことが分かった？
What? How could you tell I was thinking something silly?
表情に出てましたです。
It was written all over your face. What sort of face could have expressed what I imagined just now? Rina demonstrated for me. I see. No argument here.
まあそんなに面白いものじゃないけどさ。
It's nothing fun like that, you see.
楽しみにしてりゃいいじゃん。
But you should still look forward to it.
みんなで行こう。
Let's all go together.
当日は迎えに行くからね。
I'll come get you that day. I don't really feel like going to festivals unless someone asks me to. I wouldn't get bored if these guys were going.
退屈どころか
You won't get bored.
今年もやるぜ。
We're doing it again this year. Mion's proclamation came as she looked at each member in turn. What was this all about? For the way Mion looked, it was probably
我が部の夏の風物詩
our club's summer tradition.
綿流し祭4強爆闘
The Watanagashi 4 Demon Firefight.
センスね
That sounds awful.
え。なんだよそのネーミングは。
What kind of name is that?
レナは可愛い名前だと思うけどな。
I think it's a cute name, though. I tried to object sharply, but since Rina looked happy about it, I decided it was pointless to fight it.
ケイチもいますから、今年は5強爆闘になりますです。
Since Kechi is here this year, it becomes 5 demons. Rika-chan made a small correction in light of my presence.
でこの仰々しいネーミングの部活動とお祭りがどう結びつくんだ？
So, how does this funky sounding club activity tie into the festival? Oh, ho, 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 ho.
日頃部活動で培った実力をご披露するのでございますわ。
This is where you exhibit the skills you've nurtured through your daily club activities.
その通り。
Exactly.
日々の厳しい試練を乗り越えた精鋭中の最精鋭たる我々の実力を。
We show the full extent of the abilities that the best of the best have obtained through our daily trials and tribulations.
でも去年は村長さんに怒られたし、
But last year the mayor got angry.
今年は迷惑をかけないようにしないとね。
What did you do last year? So we need to make sure not to cause any problems this time.
つまり露店巡りをしながら部活動をするわけです。
So basically we're doing club activities while checking out the stalls. Rika-chan really is the only one who explains things so they make sense. I see. So we'll be exhibiting on those busy festival grounds. Rina was right, of course. That would be a reason for the mayor to get angry.
でも楽しいんだよ。
Ah, but it's lots of fun! That was the only point I did not doubt. It would be, without question, fun. The day of the festival was drawing near.
じゃ、それはそれとして、
Well, putting that aside for now,
今日も始めようかね、部活動。
let's start our
次は
Let's start our club activities today. Any objections?
なーし
Nay! Our voices rang out in unison.
やっぱり人数が多いときはトランプが一番の王道だよね。
When there's lots of people, card games really are the easiest to play.
まさにこれぞテーブルゲームのベーシック。
This really is the most basic of table games.
また乾杯トランプか？
Playing with the marked deck again?
今日は新品。
We'll use a new one today. Oh, we'll use a new one today.
傷はないから本当に条件は互角。
There are no marks on the cards, so we're on equal footing.
本当でございましょうね。
I wonder if that really is the case.
そのカード改めさせてもらいますわ。
I'll have to inspect them. Well, that was fair. Just to be safe, everyone check the cards.
これなら大丈夫だよ。
Yes, they seem to be fine.
みんな納得した？
Are you all satisfied?
じゃあ今日はね、大貧民にしようか。5人って人数もいい感じでしょ？
Then today, I guess, we'll play President. That's good for 5 people. Another standard card game. First one to get rid of all their cards wins. The basic rules: play a better card than the one before. You can play straights and pairs. There are various techniques that improve the game, like reversals. But because it's such a well-known game, there are lots of house rules for it as well. The name, for example. In my hometown, we called it Millionaire.
一応細部を確認しとくぜ。
I'd like to go over some details.
ジョーカーはオールマイティか？
Are the jokers wild?
3は3枚でも革命可能か？
Can you make a reversal with 3 threes?
ジョーカーはなし。
No jokers.
2が最強。
2 is the highest.
革命返しはあり。
You can reverse a reversal.
3でも4枚なきゃ革命不可。
You can only make a reversal with 4 of a kind, not 3.
あとね、ゲーム開始時に貧民がいいカードを上納するってルールがあるでしょ？
Also, you know how the peasant sends a good card to the president?
あれはなしなの。
None of that. While I was confirming the familiar rules, Satoko looked over at me cautiously. I probably should have tried to look more of an amateur. I was pretty used to this game. It's president, and it's with a new deck. Today, I might be able to win. I had the gist of the rules now. But that wasn't everything, was it?
今日の罰ゲームは何でございますの？
So, what shall today's penalty be? Played a fair bit of it a long time ago. I was like trying to remember. I was like, have I played every game like that before? And then I was like, I don't think I have. So I'm unfamiliar. Satoko says, so what shall today's penalty be?
それなんだけどさ、みんなで何枚かメモに書いて敗者に引かせるってのはどうかな？
About that, why don't we all write something down on slips of paper and have the loser draw one? Alright, I already imagined what's happening here. So here's the thing. They're all gonna write on a piece of paper what the penalty is, right? And one of them, as a joke, is gonna say, we take the hatchet and chop an arm off. And then the loser has to pick it. And then they're like, you know, Ketchy's like, how could anyone have written this? And then the person who wrote it, whoever it is like, I thought it was a joke and I thought it was not a chance that someone would draw it. I've got this nailed down. Oh, that seemed like it could be interesting. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
ではどぎついのを書いてケイチさんに弾かせてやりますわ。
No, you know what it'll be? It'll be Rena. Rena will write it down, and she'll call it doing the Colonel Sanders to someone. She'll be like, and then the others will be like, what does this piece of paper mean? Do the Colonel Sanders to someone. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I'll write a nasty one and have Ketchy-san draw it.
あんまりひどいのを書くと自分で弾いたとき大変だよ。
It would be awful if you wrote a bad one and drew it yourself.
負けなきゃいいってんだろ。
Just don't lose.
わかってるじゃありませんの。
Don't you know best? Ah, ha, 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 ha. Minion. Mion handed out several slips of paper to everybody.
じゃあ適当に書いてこのカバンの中に入れて。
Then write down whatever and put it in this bag.
負けた人はこの中に手を突っ込んで1枚引くってことで。
When you lose, stick your hand inside and pick one out. Oh. I hit a button on accident. Is everything okay? What did that? What? I hit the 0 on accident. I don't know. I don't want to know what the 0 does. Actually, I guess I could check, right? Oh, fuck. No, now I'm advancing. Now then, what would be a good penalty? It's F10, isn't it? Always mod menu is F10. Well, then the F10. So what is 0? What did I do? Oh well. It's impossible to check. Worst case scenario, you draw what you wrote. Something too intense would be like digging your own grave.
何もなしって書くのは禁じ手にしましょうです。
No penalty. Let's forbid that kind of idea from being written down. Actually, let's test out the 0. What does it do? Nothing's happening. Okay, great. Rika-chan's casual suggestion caused Mion's hand to lurch to a sudden halt.
ミオンさん卑怯ですわ。
It's so sneaky, Mion.
何もなし
Son.
って書いて角を折ってあるんですの。
She wrote no penalty and the corner of the slip is folded. I see. Just in case you lost, just grab the note with the folded corner and you'd be safe. That was a good idea. Diabolical as ever, Mion. Rika-chan is quite formidable too, being able to see through that. I couldn't underestimate her, even though she doesn't stand out.
みんな、あんまり意地悪な罰ゲームはやめようね。
Everyone, don't write penalties that are too mean, okay? Nobody agreed to Rena's proposal. Everyone was ruthless.
大丈夫だよレナ。
It's fine, Rena.
負けなきゃいいんだからな。
Just don't lose.
そうだね。
Yeah, that's true.
よし、頑張
Start
ってレ
sweating
ナの罰
bullets.
ゲームをみんなに弾かせるぞ。
Imagining all the worst things people could write on this piece of paper, and then the thing in your head just ringing. It's fine. Whatever's the worst things in there, just don't lose, and you don't have to worry about it. I would break. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll try hard so everyone has to pick the penalty I write. Rena was quite brutal, even though she usually appeared meek. Better not underestimate her either.
同感ですわ。
I agree with that.
特にレナの罰ゲームってのがとっても気になるでございます。
I'm very curious what Rena's penalty is in particular.
誰の罰ゲームでも怖いです。
Everybody's penalties are scary. I still didn't know what Rika-chan's penalties would be like.
つまり
Basically,
このゲームには負けられないってわけ。
you can't afford to lose this game.
ご一同、覚悟はいいね。
Everybody, you ready? We all nodded determinedly. Having confirmed that, Mion dealt out the cards. Finally, the battle begins. I had a decent starting hand. Card after card was played in the middle. Not needing Mion to tell them, both Rika-chan and almost said Sakataro, Satoko played their cards without hesitation. Rina and I were the only ones who paused to think. It seemed that Rina genuinely couldn't make up her mind, but I was different. I was like a shark stalking its prey, just waiting for the right time to strike.
あれ
Huh?
これ通るのかよ。
Will this work?
じゃあ3出して上がりだぜ。
Then I'll play this 3, and I'm out. 9.
いないですの。8、7、
Nobody? 8? 7?
上がりでございます。
I'm out.
5と5、
5 and 5.
上がりますです。
I'm out.
じゃあ最後の1枚を捨てて上がりね。
Then I'll discard this last one, and I'm out.
気を逸したか。
Ah, I missed my chance. The loser of the first round was, of all people, Mion. And now I was certain. Today, I could win.
じゃあ
Now then.
みーちゃん、この中から1枚引いてね。
Mi-chan, pull out one of the slips, okay? Mion, accepting her defeat, scrounged around inside the bag and pulled out one piece of paper. What?
書いたやつ誰？
Who did this? Who wrote this? Mion quivered and shrieked.
どんなの？
What is it?
どんなの？
Oh. That was weird. Huh? Rina was also surprised when she peeked at it. What kind of terrible thing was written on it? Pet the principal on the head. This is like if you were like innocent like grade schoolers and you're like, oh no, what's the penalty? You gotta touch the teacher's butt. And it's like, oh shit. Oh fuck.
ちょっと待て。
Hey, wait.
これがどうやばいんだ？
How was this bad?
圭一さんは気づきませんの？
Kechi-san, do you not understand?
校長先生は頭髪が薄いことを恥ずかしがってますの。
The principal is ashamed of his thinning hair. Satoko yelled with a serious look on her face. But she wasn't as loud as Mion's shriek. What could it be?
校長先生は武道の達人なのです。
The principal is a martial arts master.
若い頃は世界を修行して回って武術の奥義を極めきったと豪語してますの。
He boasts about traveling around the world, perfecting his skill when he was younger.
戦後の日本の教育の乱れを憂いて教育者に転校したんだって。
He switched to teaching after seeing the poor state of education in Japan after the war. He was inhuman. Pet that guy's head?
部長の私が模範を示さないわけにはいかないね。
As a club president, there's no way I can set a bad example by refusing. Hurrah! She bellowed a yell as she dashed off down the hallway.
静かにこっそり行って穏便に済ます方が有利じゃないのか？
Wouldn't it have been easier to sneak out quietly and try to do it without making a fuss?
多分無理だよ。
Probably impossible.
だって気配でアメフラシが探せるって言ってたし。
They say he used to hunt sea slugs just by sensing their presence. I could do nothing but wait with bated breath. Kerpow! A rumble shook the classroom.
校長先生、超奥義発動です。
The principal's special launcher move just started. Zhazing, kaboom. Following the launcher with a jab, jab, strong, fierce combo. He's even using meter.
ジークンドーだな。
Oh, is that it? From how it sounded, Principal's jumping fierce sounds like a multi-hit combo.
知らないよ。食らいたくな
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Nothing I could do now except stay calm. I understood now why there was no delinquents at the school. After a few moments of silence, Mion slumped back to us.
撫でた。これでいい。
Petted. Is that good enough? Mion said before collapsing.
とりあえず生きてますわね。
She's alive at least.
ゲーム続行は可能でございますわ。
Now we can continue the game.
鬼。
Monster. I was amazed the person who made club activities like these could say that.
でも
But now,
これで一番おっかない罰ゲームはなくなったね。
the worst penalty is gone now, right? Right? Rina tried to lighten the mood and was only met with Mion's malicious grin. She was serious now.
もう手加減しないからね。
I'm not holding back anymore.
あんたたちにも思い知らせてやろうじゃん。
You all get yours. The pace of the game became bizarrely quick. I could tell the game had gotten more intense.
S345あっかり。
Ace, 3, 4, 5, I'm out!
これで僕も上がりますです。
I'm out as well.
へへ俺も上がらせてもらうぜ。
I'm out too.
これで上がりですな。
3, I am now out.
負けちゃったよ。
Yeah, I lost. And the heavens chose to vanquish Rina.
どんな罰ゲームだろう。どんな罰ゲームだろう。
What kind of penalty, I wonder? Kind of penalty, I wonder? It wasn't exactly hard for her to be worried. Just thinking of the level of difficulty of Mion's first penalty still made me quiver. And so, the penalty she drew with trembling fingers was... The heck was this? Speak like a maid?
なにこれ。
Huh? What is this?
これってどうすればいいの。
This one, what do I need to do?
ってことはつまりそういう口調で喋れということではございませんの。
So basically, it means that you have to use the same expressions as a maid?
は
Huh?
はい、ご主人様。
Okay, master. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I had no idea who wrote that penalty, but she was awesome.
じゃあレナカードを集めてみんなに配ってくれるかな。
Then, Rina, can you shuffle the cards and deal?
はい、ご主人様。
Oh boy. Yes, master. I could just die right now.
とにかくゲームを続行しよう。
Anyway, let's continue.
なあレナ。
Right, Rina?
はい、ご主人様。
Yes, master. The eagerness to which I was goading Rina into dressing me as master was downright impressive, if I do say so myself.
うりゃ。
Yeah,
もう負けないよ。上がり。
I won't lose anymore. I'm out.
私も絶対負けられないでございますのよ。
I shan't lose either.
上がりましたです。
I'm out.
ならこれで俺も上がりだ。
And with that, I'm out too. I can't believe it.
またレナの負けでございますか。
Is it Rina's loss again? Rina again. What kind of penalty would it be this time? I was delighted by the mysterious sense of anticipation. Anticipation? No, this was conviction. Remove one item of clothing from the top and bottom halves of your body. Wow, we're really going there. Okay, great.
それはまずいだろう。
That's... that's just indecent.
誰だよこんなの書いたの。
Who could have written this? My face reddened in anger. If I didn't yell something out, I wouldn't be able to hide my shaking. Who did write that? God, please give that man a Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize. Oh my god.
きっとノーベルスケベ賞ですわね。
That would be an Ig Nobel Prize. Not good, not good. What was I thinking about was... What was I thinking about was written on my face?
みーちゃん。
Mi-chan. Rina begged Mion with teary eyes, but everyone knew Mion's answer already.
はいはい、甘えない甘えない。
Nope, nope, won't go easy on you.
負けたら潔く。
You lost, so take it like a man.
わかりました、ご主人様。
This is where you just employ...
脱ぎます。
Just fucking take off like a sock and I don't know, an earring if you've got one on. I understood, master. I'll undress. Oh, boy, auga, auga. His eyes start like bulging out of his face. Boing, becomes like a stiff board. I looked around thinking someone else would probably stop her. Of course, I wasn't exactly trying to stop her either. Then I heard the rustling of clothing. The sound of her skirt hitting the ground sent my heart racing. They are in a school, right? What the hell is happening? They just not care. I don't think the staff cares. Clearly, it's just fucking kids rule this place, apparently. This is like what Kid Nation, honestly. Fucking kids are making the rules. This cult that this group is a part of, they lay the rules of the land. Adults don't give a shit. You have a dad who's just fucking... You just have a dad who's making art and getting frustrated. You have the mom who's complicit in it all. Kid Nation poll. Then I heard the rustling of clothing. Oh, I already read that. Great.
これでよろしいでしょうか。ご主人様。
Is this fine, master? I looked away like a gentleman. But these club activities, you need to be ruthless after all.
なんだ
Oh,
ケイチさん、何を期待してますの？
Kachi-san, whatever were you expecting?
下に体操服着てなかったらさすがに脱げませんわ。
Certainly we would not have her strip if she weren't wearing her PE clothes underneath. Satsuko poked fun at me, but right now, I can't hear it.
ケイちゃんもやるね。
Not bad, Ki-chan.
こっちの方向で攻めてくるとはおじさん、予想もつかなかったわ。
This old man never even thought you would go after her like that.
違うこれは俺が書いたんじゃない
You got it wrong. I didn't write that one.
ご主人様が書いたんじゃないんですか？
Master didn't write this one? Her squirming around in her PE clothes made it impossible for me not to feel anything. God. A sentence I want to read. Calm down, Kichi Maibra. Mion probably wrote that one and planned to go after me as I panicked. You can't fall for her trap after knowing it's a trap. Clear your head. Calm down and assess the situation. I was determined to think of my way out of this. And the answer was quite simple.
俺は勝つ
I win! I then became a god. Okay. I, who had already entered the domain of godhood, what would dare stand in my way? It was like they were pulled to me magnetically. I was picking up aces and twos like nobody's business.
なんでこんなにカード運が悪いんでございますの？
How could my luck of the draw be so bad?
サトコの負けだな
Satsuko lost, right?
引くぞ
I'll draw the penalty.
妹口調で喋る。
Speak like a little sister.
う
Ugh.
はいお兄ちゃん
Fine, Oni-chan. Yes. The pleasure of making this brat disgrace herself. Og.
またおじさんの負けじゃん。
This old man loses again.
ミオンの負けだな。
Mion's lost, right?
引くぞ。
I'll draw it out.
女子スクール水着に着替える。
Wear a girl's school swimsuit.
の
No!
ケイちゃんに引かせたかった。
That's the one I wanted Ki-chan to get. Yes. Mion's despair was like sweet honey.
ご主人様また負けちゃいました
Master, I lost again.
レナの負けだな。
Rena lost?
引くぞ。
I'll draw it for you.
1位に膝枕。
Take a drink right before that. Let the person in first place rest their head on your lap.
この格好でですかご主人様
In this outfit, Master. Yeah. She's not wearing a skirt. So it's her bare leg. What did I do to deserve this? Eek.
お兄ちゃん強すぎですの
Oni-chan, you're too good.
サトコの負けだな。
Satoko lost again?
引くぞ。
I'll draw it.
1位にご奉仕。
Obey. This is just like, this is delivered with like the same ferocity as like the repeat it blue text, red text. Only it's like, oh, you lost the card game again? All right, I'll draw your penalty. Oh, I get to be a horn dog. Good for me. Obey the person in first place.
肩でも揉んでもらおっかな。
How about I have you give me a shoulder massage?
はいお兄ちゃん
Fine, Oni-chan.
ほら、もっと奥まで。
Come on, do it a bit harder.
爪立てんじゃねえぞ。
Don't use your nails. I had transformed into an evil dictator and couldn't be doing any better. It felt like I could control how the cards played out with my mind and even decide what suits would appear just by willing it. There's no way this is going to backfire on him. Surely he's not going to lose like the last round and draw the worst penalty, which is commit a Colonel Sanders to someone. By the time I realized it, I had already assembled a harem. I was laughing haughtily, there's that word again. I'm going to point it out every time now, as I rested my head on Rena, who is now a bloomer-clad maid. Satoko is wearing a collar and had taken on little sister properties. Mion was fanning me while wearing a school swimsuit.
今日はご主人様は圧勝でございますね
Huh. Today is Master's overwhelming victory, isn't it?
あんまり頭をゴロゴロしないでくださいまし
Eek. Please refrain from moving your head around so much. I began to think. Why does man have no end to his desires? How could I wish for more than this palace of dreams?
どうしましたですかケイチ
What is it, Kichi?
どうして人の欲望には限りがないのか。
I'm
憂いていたのさ。
I'm saddened by the thought of a man having no end to his desires. That was it. Rika-chan hadn't been in first, but she continued to escape being in last.
ケイチは欲張りさんですよ
Kechi is quite greedy.
春を知るとも言いますです
It's said you should know when enough is enough.
十分理解してるよ。
I know that very well,
なんて言うのかな。
but how to say it?
もう死んでもいいって感じ？
I feel like I wouldn't mind if I died now. Eek.
ご主人様、あんまりゴロゴロしないで。
Master, please refrain from moving your head around. Eek. Eek
死ん
indeed.
でもいいですね。
You say you wouldn't mind dying?
叶えて差し上げますですよ。
Then that can be arranged. Rika-chan said it in her usual calm manner with a cheery tone. This was undoubtedly a declaration of war.
いいぞリカちゃん、やっちゃえ。
Go, Rika-chan, go! Take him out!
このドスケベ大魔王をやっつけるでございます。
Defeat this devil of perversion.
僕では勝てないかもしれませんですが、やっつけますですよ。
I might not be able to win, but I'll beat him. Such stoicism from this little girl who's always hidden away in Satoko's shadow. It would probably be rude not to meet her head on. I shall face you myself, little one. I saw Mion swap a few cards with Rika-chan in the middle of the game, but pretended I didn't see it. Do you believe you can defeat Kechi-sama? Just that?
2です。
2.
エースエースエースです。
Ace, ace, ace.
88888革命しますです。
8, 8, 8. 8. Reversal. Everybody looked over at me. I was still brimming with confidence. Moi? Haha. The 4 of them have allied against me. That's it. You're making me laugh.
ありだったよな。
That was good.
革命返しだ。
Reversal! Reversal! What?
そんなバカなことがあるわけ。
How could such a thing be? Speed. Satsuko let out a shriek. Mwahaha, you simpletons. Using up all her cards before calling the reversal left Rika-chan with no good cards. She was defeated soon after.
僕の負けです。
I lost.
ついに我が軍門に下ったり。
Finally, you fall into my clutches.
さあ一枚引くぞ。
No, I'll pick one out.
おー
Whoa. Wear cat ears, a bell collar, and a tail. Mwahaha. Even the penalties were as I wished. Become a cat. Rika-chan hung her head and equipped the 3 holy artifacts. It's questionable as to why such things were in Mion's locker, but since I had no objections, I didn't ask. There it is. Whoa. This was so... How... I felt like I had become Rina. This was definitely... cute.
かわいいよね。ね
Cute, isn't it? Isn't it?
え。お持ち帰り。
I want to take her home. That wasn't me talking. That was the actual Rina.
み
Me. As Rika-chan mimicked a cat, teary-eyed, rings of smoke escaped from Rina's ears with an audible.
リカちゃん、お持ち帰り、お持ち帰り。
Rika-chan must take home. Taking her home.
ちょっとだけだよ。変なことはしないんだよ。しないんだよ。
Just for a while. I won't do anything strange. Nothing strange.
そうか、その手が残ってたか。
I see. I still have one trick left. Mion gasped and dropped her fist into her open palm.
レナがどうしてもって言うなら、僕はお持ち帰りされちゃうです。
If Rina must, she can take me home.
レナさんにケイイチさんが倒せたらですわ。
After Rina-san beats Kechi-san, she can. They thought that Rina in cute mode would be able to defeat me. Would it be that easy? Opposing me was the same as opposing God. I'll teach them their place.
証拠罪だ。
How preposterous.
レナなど返り討ちに。
That Rina can't defeat me. Eat! For a moment, I didn't know what was going on. The 52 cards danced and flowed freely between Rina's hands like the machinations of a master magician. Should have. In the middle of those flowing cards was Rina's ecstatic expression, her head bobbing around. Shall we? Chikun, hurry, hurry! My whole body knew it already. I was going to lose. No play? Nothing to play, Ki-chan? Then with this, I'm out. Everyone cheered. I was spent.
悔いはないさ。神様、短い夢をサンキューな。
Phew. Got no regrets. God, thank you for letting me dream a little.
さあ、引くでございますよ。
Now then, I'll take one out.
ケイチさんの罰ゲーム、これですわ。
Keiji-san's penalty? This is it. Everybody peeked at it in unison. Gazes flicking between the text and my face. I'm telling you, it's gonna be fucking...
今日一日はしゃがせてもらったからな。何でもやるぜ。内容は何だ？
All day today, I did as I pleased. I'll do whatever it is. What's on there?
全部。
All.
Huh?
Huh? Every penalty up until now.
なんだそりゃ
What? What the heck? Got him. Got him.
ケイチさん、言葉遣いが弟属性になっていませんでしたよ。
Keiji-san, should you not be speaking like a little brother?
はい、お姉ちゃん。
Yes, Oni-chan. Put on doth the cat ears. This is quite addicting.
と、肩も揉んでもらいますわよ。
Next, I'll have you rub my shoulders.
ケイチ君、膝枕はいいから、レナにもね。
Keiji-kun, I don't need the lap pillow, so do that other one, okay?
はい、ご主人様。
Yes, master. Visions of battle are on a leash. Exactly. Rina says,
ケイチ君、それ、すごくかわいい。もっと言って、もっと言って。
Keiji-kun, that's so cute. Say it again, say it again.
ああ、もうお許しください、ご主人様。
No, please spare me, master. Rina passed out with a squeal, blood spewing from her nose like a fountain. My dignity was being trampled more than a communal doormat.
次はおじさんだね。
Next is from this old man.
まずはのんびりとうちわで仰いでもらおうかな。
We're gonna have you fan me for a good long while, you know? Fwoosh. Fwoosh.
あ、そうか。
Oh, almost forgot.
これも着ないとダメだよね。
You need to wear this, don't you?
スクール水着。
The school swimsuit.
え
Help!
それ女子用だろ。
This is for girls.
俺は男子用でいいんじゃないのか。
Can I wear the one for boys?
ここにちゃんと女子スクール水着に着替えると明記してございますわ。
It was clearly written here. Wear a girl's school swimsuit, as you can see. Satoko was like a lone shark. Actually, me trying to escape reality as fast as humanly possible was pretty adorable, if I do say so myself, or if I did say so myself.
だって、
But,
誰のスクール水着を着るんだよ。
whose school swimsuit am I going to wear?
やだろ。
If I were wearing one of yours,
俺なんかに着られたら。
you wouldn't like it, right?
あ、おじさんそういうのは全然気にしないから。
Nah, this old man doesn't care about that kind of stuff at all.
いいじゃん、役得でさ。
Think of it as a little benefit.
私スタイルすっごく悪いからケイちゃんでも着れないことないと思うよ。
I'm not that in shape, so I think even Kichan can fit into it. The executioners surrounded me, wagging their fingers. No, no, no! My first thought, it's tight around the waist. Second thought, the chest area was pretty loose. Third thought, the crotch area was... How?
ケイチくんかいかい。
This chapter has been... Okay. Haha, Ketchikan is bending forward. Cute, cute.
あとこれに猫耳と首輪と尻尾をつけて完成しますです。
You'll be ready after you wear the cat ears, bell, and tail.
ケイちゃん鏡見る？いや
ケイ
マジすごいって。
Kishan, wanna look in the mirror? It's amazing, really.
多分見といた方がいい。
It's probably best if you look. The stern, scientific, calculating nature mixed in with her fascination made Mion very scary.
遠慮します、ご主人様。
I would like to respectfully decline, Master.
これで出来上がりですわね。
Your ensemble is complete.
このままの格好で下校するってのもあればよかったですのに。
If only we could send you home dressed like that. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
じゃあもういいかい？着替えてさ。
Then, is this enough? I'll change and... No, it's like... You just see him, like, pop up in, like, behind the window. While I was saying that, Mion placed her hands on my shoulders and Rika-chan slipped up behind me without a sound. Oh, did I click out of it?
まだです、ケイチ。
Not yet, Catchy.
一番最初にやった罰ゲームが残ってますです。
There's still the first penalty left.
この格好でか？
In this getup? Rika-chan patted my head without saying a word.
よし、失礼します。
Sir? Excuse me.
入りたまえ。
Yes, please come in. I stepped forward into the principal's office. My bell collar jingled adorably. The principal froze solid with a smile on his face as he saw me. I couldn't blame him. In this sacred place of study, specifically, in his office. Though I said excuse me as I entered, the sight of a person entering with a school swimsuit, cat ears, a collar, and a tail, and for it to be a young male student, without a doubt, any normal person's psyche would have stopped cold. But this could be explained. We'll call it uncanny valley camouflage, if you will. When humans see others, they can only begin to act after confirming this is human. Meaning that if he could not comprehend what was in front of him, then in those moments before he could begin to fully process the situation, his mind was completely blank. That was my one and only chance for victory. My penalty? Rubbing the principal's head.
こっちよー！勝負！
Principal! I challenge you! Huh! A shishing sound echoed loudly. He went straight for the special move. The principal said one thing to me.
男とは何ぞや。
What does it mean to be a man? And in a heartbeat... Death. Boof. That tremor resounded throughout the Hinamizawan twilight. What a chapter, guys. What a chapter. Honestly. Let's see if we can push for like one more. However long it may be. I'm sure the events of that chapter are going to have repercussions throughout the whole of this game and this story. We'll be finishing chapter 8, and we'll be like, remember that one time in chapter 1 where they played that card game and he donned the cat ears, tail, swimsuit, and touched the teacher's head, or principal, I guess. What a pivotal moment in the story. Rina was given permission to caress Rika-chan's head as much as she wanted, so they headed home together, very pleased. Once again today, it was just Mion and I going home.
いやー、白熱したね。ケイちゃんがあんなに大貧民が強いとは思わなかった。
Man, that was intense. I didn't know Ki-chan was so good at president.
いや、俺自身が一番驚いてるよ。
No, I was more surprised than anyone. If I was playing with guys, I wouldn't have been that strong.
しかし、ひってえ目にあった。
But still, it was pretty bad.
あんな姿で担架で運ばれた日にゃ、松代までの恥だ。
Being carried off on a stretcher in that outfit will probably haunt me until the day I die.
でもいいじゃん。
That's fine, isn't it?
7台は自慢できるくらいいい目も見たんだし。
You're able to do something to boast about for the ages, too. Huh. Well, when she says it like that, we both smiled at each other.
おや
Why is he here?
ケイチ君
This guy... This has got to be a figment of his imagination. This is like a imaginary friend. He doesn't exist. He's not real. He just exists. He just pops up out of nowhere. With a camera. At the weirdest of times. Oh, we meet again, Ketchikun. It was Toмотaki-san. It felt like I'd been running into him quite often.
どうも。いい写真は撮れてますか？
Hey, take any good pictures?
ま、そこそこにね。
Well, a few.
で、
So... Toмотaki-san suddenly leaned over and whispered in my ear.
しかし、ケイチ君も隅に置けないな。
You sure get around.
今日はこの間とは違う彼女かい？
Today you already have a different girl?
そういうんじゃないですよ。
It's not like that.
とぼけないとぼけない。
No need to hide it.
若いうちは経験が大事なんだからな。
It's important to get lots of experience when you're young. Can this grown-ass man leave me alone? Because Toмотaki-san let out such a crude laugh, Mion knew what we were talking about without even hearing his whispering.
富武のおじさまだってなかなか隅に置けないって噂ですけど。
I've heard through the grapevine that Mr. Toмотake isn't doing so badly himself. Hmm?
いや、僕はそんなつもりで。
Huh? No, that wasn't my intention.
はいはい。
Sure, sure.
お仕事頑張っていい写真いっぱい撮ってくださいな。
Keep up the good work and take plenty of pictures.
バイバイ。
See ya! Mion seemed to really want to get rid of this lout quickly. From the way she spoke, she seemed as if Mion knew Toмотaki-san quite well.
おじさまは今年は渡長島で滞在ですかな？
How's here treating you, mister? Staying until the Watanagashi? Watanagashi?
うん、そのつもりだよ。
Yep, I plan to.
お祭りを一通り撮影したら、また東京に帰るよ。
After photographing the festival, I plan on heading back to Tokyo.
カメラマンってやつは本当に気楽な商売ですこと。
Being a photographer sure is easy.
早くでっかい賞を取って有名になってくださいよね。
Be sure to win some big award and become famous.
今期逃してまで写真撮影に熱中してるんだから。
You spent all your best years on photography after all.
そんなことはないと思うな。
I don't think I'm that far gone.
男は味噌汁から味が出るんだよ。
Don't they say men start developing their own unique flavor in their 30s?
味噌から味が出てどうすんですか、バッチーナ。
What does it matter what you taste like? That's so gross.
うんおっと、そろそろ宿に戻らないと暗くなっちゃうな。
Oh, look at the time. I need to get back to the inn before it gets dark. Toмотaki-san began to take his leave with a dry laugh. It did look like he was outmatched by Mion.
じゃあお二人ともお祭りでまた会おうね。
Now then, I'll see you both at the festival. After waving a hand cheerfully, Tomitaka-san disappeared amidst the cries of the Higurashi.
あんな調子で本当に有名になれんのかね。
The way he's going, he probably won't ever get famous. Damn! Mion says, fuck that guy.
個展開いたら私の写真展示してもらう約束になってんだけど、当分実現しそうにないかね。
I had him promise he'd display a picture of me if he ever opened up a gallery, but I don't think that'll ever happen.
ミオンは富武さんのことを知ってるんだ。
So, you know Tomitaka-san?
うん、知り合いっていうかほら、ここじゃよそ者はすぐ分かっちゃうからね。
Yeah, he's an acquaintance of sorts, but you know how easy it is to tell who's an outsider.
昨日今日会ったばかりという感じじゃなかったな。
Sounded like you meet him all the time.
富武さんね、結構ちょくちょくひなみ沢に来るんだよ。
Tomitaka-san comes around to Hinamizawa regularly.
年に2、3回くらいかな。
Maybe 2, 3 times a year.
季節の風景や野鳥を撮影してるんだってさ。ま、大した写真じゃないんだろうけどね。
He says he's taking pictures of the seasonal scenery and wild birds, but, well, those photos really are nothing to phone home about. The image Mion painted of Tomitaka-san was fairly unique. Tomitaka-san I knew was more mysterious. The words flowed naturally from my mouth.
富武さんって本当に野鳥撮影で来てるのかな。
I wonder if he's really here to take pictures of birds. There's no way. This guy's a... There's something off and weird about this man, alright? Let's just get it. Getchi needs to really just get this through his head. This strange man. I hate to say it, but the photographers are always the weird ones. I don't know if anyone in chat knows what I'm talking about when I say this, but man, Life is Strange, the first Life is Strange, remember that? I finished Life is Strange, and the end game reveal in that, wild. I was like, holy shit. It's the damn photographers, dude. Am I spoiling Life is Strange? Without even thinking about it? Maybe. Don't even worry about it. It's an old game. It's fine. You had your chance to play it. Mion stared blankly at me as if to ask, why do you say that?
なんかこう撮影以外の目的で来てるようなさ。
It just seems he's here for something other than taking pictures, I think.
そんな気がしないか？
Don't you get that feeling? Like about that incident, the dismemberment.
やっぱりそう思う？
Oh, you too?
だとしたらいい感してるよ、ケイちゃん。
If so, you've got good instincts, Kei-chan. She agreed with what I thought, but was quite chippier in how she said it.
知ってるのか
chipper.
ミオン。
Chippier. You knew about it then, Mion?
もうね。
Of course.
他のみんなはひょっとすると気づいてないかもしれないけど、このおじさんの目はごまかせないしね。
He might be able to pull one over on everyone else, but he can't fool this old man. Mion was posturing pretentiously, but I'd easily come to a very different conclusion from what she was imagining. Felt like all apprehensions I had about Tomitaka-san disappeared, lifting a burden off my shoulders. That's just what he wanted. Now that this is when he strikes. I was finally able to appreciate how clear the evening sky over Hinamizawa was. That's like this. That was... Oh,
どう
fuck.
したの、ケイちゃん。
No. No, I wanted to show... Where is it? Where is it? God, where did,
Take a closer look at that snout.
This... the breath in.
日暮の声ってさ。
No, no, now I'm skipping text. God damn. Okay, so he did the breathe in thing. And he said, I exhaled everything in my lungs and inhaled just as much. It smelled like dusk. And then Mion says,
どうしたの、ケイちゃん。
what is it, Ki-chan? It's just that
こんなにも気持ちいいものだったんだなって。
I never thought the cries of the Higurashi could feel this good.
ケイちゃん、何を今さら。
What's gotten into you all of a sudden, Ki-chan? We both continued to giggle, not knowing why.
レナは今頃どうしてるかな。
I wonder what Rina is doing.
リカちゃんを思う存分可愛がれたのかな。
I bet she's getting her fill of Rika-chan by now.
今頃は夕食を振る舞うから遊びにおいでって誘ってる真っ最中だよ。
She's probably in the middle of asking her over so she can treat her to dinner.
うまく持ち帰れるといいな。
It'd be great if she'd be able to take her home.
どうだろうね。
I wonder.
リカちゃんってあれでなかなかうまいから。
Rika-chan is pretty good at that stuff.
ああ、それは同感。
Yeah, I feel the same.
頭を撫でる罰ゲーム。あれ、きっとリカちゃんだぜ。
The head petting penalty was probably from Rika-chan.
私も同感。
I thought so too.
校長先生の頭を撫でられるのはリカちゃんだけだし。
Only one who could get away with patting his head is Rika-chan after all. Just pointless chit-chat. The hot day felt like it was being cooled down by the cries of the Higurashi. Is that it? Nice. When I hear cicadas making their sounds, I don't think of like it being cooler. I think of it being like the heat intensifying, in my opinion. Yeah, I hate cicada sounds. I don't like them. I think that it might, you know, maybe as basic as me just being like, I'm just not a fan of like bugs in general. I'm sorry, I'm a bug hater. It's obnoxious. It's an obnoxious sound. I think of like very humid and warm like days when I think of cicadas just fucking going off all day. A benefit of the bad hearing. All right, we'll read this actually before we actually call it quits. Community notice. We're greeting the end of the rainy season sooner than in prior years. On this day, when it feels like summer will soon arrive, I'm pleased that everyone is in good health. The season for the Watanagashi is finally upon us. I believe the assistance of the town council will make this a wonderful festival. I also wish to ask for the assistance of everyone in regards to a few things. 1. Collecting bazaar goods. Villagers are welcome to put their wares on show at the well-received Hinamizawa Grand Bazaar exhibition. Oh shit, you know fucking Colonel Sanders is making an appearance. Anything is welcome, from unconsumed gifts to used clothing. No raw goods, please. Management, Makino. Telephone, redacted. 2. Recruiting Lil Festival drum dancers. The renowned Lil Festival drum dancers group, known for its careful choreography, the Shofu Society, is taking last-minute participants. We're looking for any Showboat elementary and middle schoolers. Management, Kimiyoshi. Telephone number, that. 3. Taking donations. We are accepting donations in multiples of 1,000 yen. For every 1,000 yen donation, you'll be awarded a refreshment stand ticket. Management, Sonozaki. Telephone, that. We are always taking suggestions for ways to improve the festival. If you have an interesting idea, call Kimiyoshi at 956. There's a 200 yen refreshment stand ticket attached below the cut line. I recall. Yeah, I was gonna say, I recognize Mion's name there. End of chapter 5. Look at that. Look at that progress. End of chapter 2, end of chapter 5, inside of chapter 1. Now, is it confusing that this game calls chapter 1 and then there's chapters inside of chapters? Maybe a little, but it's fine. No worries. Good stream. You know what? I'll commit to it now. Though Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is demanding and calling my name, just like Colonel Sanders was calling to Rina, Final Fantasy is calling to me. I will commit to saying Higurashi stream Tuesday night and also Saturday night. So I think we can get into the Tuesday and Saturday night next week. I'm putting my hands up. I'm saying we'll start in, we'll do the thing. Back to the Tuesday and Saturday of Higurashi. We got to hear those cicadas. I'm very ready for something to happen. Are we getting close to something happening in this chapter? Is fucking why do I keep wanting to call him Ken? The photographer guy. Is the photographer guy finally gonna pull the trigger and do something bizarre? I hope so. I always forget that you have not read Higurashi. You've only watched the anime. So like you don't have actually any, you might not know exactly when it happens. Yeah. We'll all learn together at some point. We'll all learn together. But yeah, Tuesday night, back to Higurashi. And then, if you can't make Tuesday night stream, I'm also talking to the VOD watchers, because I call to action, VOD watchers. If you're like, damn, I can't make Tuesday night streams, then you have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday day to watch the Twitch VOD, to then catch back up to the Saturday night stream. It's the perfect system. It couldn't be any better. Well, actually, it could be a lot better. I know Saturday nights are kind of hard to make. I mean, fucking, what? I just assume everyone doesn't have Saturday night plans constantly like I do? How selfish of me, right? But I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, it's been very slice of life so far. I agree. It's been a nice read, though. You know, we've had our weird moments. We've had our friendly moments. We've had our weird guys pop up every once in a while. It's exactly what I expect. It's exactly what I expect in my Ryukishi story. But yeah, as always, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for participating. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Again, Higurashi Tuesday and Saturday next week. Other than that, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Still a bit of it left. At least in my time zone here. Enjoy. Have a great Sunday as well. Stay well. And I'll see you in another stream. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye.